like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win.
Coming in, don't hit pause. Owning it like the boss. We taking care of the job like we got that. Going in for the chase, about to go celebrate. We can take home first place like first and 10.
Out in this world we can explore anything we want to the core. So come on, we'll play this game. Show all your skills, bang, bang.
Let's raise the bar, ready to stop, we'll never stop. Together we're off the chart.
No doubt we will get that, get that. Roll out, never sit back, sit back.
Raise the bar, ready to stop, we'll never stop. Together we're off the chart.
Yeah, I bet you will show more your skills. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win.
No matter what, we will weather any storm when we're together. We can always aim for more. Yeah, it's that bang bang we're on fire.
Yeah. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into your reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone. Set the tone like it's set in stone.
From fire, yeah. Could've never faced this alone. Keep my head up and breathing low. Put my heart with the ones I know, yeah. Cause I got the bass turned up loud, and the best that I know around. Fire that we can't live without, yeah. I can't lie, I'm burning white, but my oh my, need you inside. I feel this time it's on tonight, but wishing I'm not seeing light. And if I'm right, I've seen the signs. Seems like there's no more lonely nights, no. Then I guess I know that I'm feeling the fire. I can see nothing in our way when we're catching on fire. When we're both here taking the day, are you ready for fire? Cause it seems we're on the same flame, and I feel this heat in the space. Then oh, I guess I know that I'm feeling the the red suddenly, barely time to count up to 3. Look around at my company, yeah. The sky opens up for lightning, time crawls up close, it's tightening. My brothers do the right thing, tapping on the floor. I can't lie, I'm burning white, but my oh my, need you inside. I feel this time it's on tonight, but wishing I'm not saying light. And if I'm right, I've seen the signs. Seems like there's no more lonely nights, no. Then I guess I know that I'm feeling the fire. I can see nothing in our way when I'm catching on fire. When we're both here taking the day, are you ready for fire? Cause it seems we're on the same flame, and I feel this heat in the space. Then oh, I guess I know that I'm feeling the clouds break apart. Are we going back to the start? Going back to the start, yeah. But I'm feeling the fire all up in my heart. Don't you think that we're ready for another part? Cause I know that we're really too far from the start. Cause I know that we're really too far from the start. But I'm feeling the fire all up in my heart. Don't you think that we're ready for another part? Cause I know that we're really too far from the start. And I'm feeling the fear. Are you ready for fire? Cause it seems we're on the same flame, and I feel this heat in the space. Then oh, I guess I know that I'm feeling the
दिखलाने मस्ताने यार हे आए हैं छोरे धूम मचाने क्लच दिखलाने मस्ताने यार
कुड़ियाँ भी हाजिर है रंग जमाने रश करने को हरदम तैयार
तूफान बन के लड़ लीडर बन के बढ़ लगा के ग्लू वॉल और हेड शॉट लगा अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे छाया रे फ्री फायर फीवर छाया रे अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे छाया रे फ्री फायर फीवर छाया रे अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे ग्रैंड मास्टर बन या फिर कर तू किल चोरी बदमाशी कर ले लॉल इमोट से
स्नाइपर लेकर बन जा शिकारी थोड़ा फ्लैंक करके कवर तो दे
डट के लड़ना है बच के रहना है एक ही एचपी पर कर ले बुया 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 अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे छाया रे फ्री फायर फीवर छाया रे अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे छाया रे फ्री फायर फीवर छाया रे अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I wish everyone a very happy Holi and I hope you guys enjoyed the Holi song. I am super enthusiastic right now, just watching this with full of energy, and now I find myself a little discolored with only black and white. Anyway, welcome to Skyesports Pro League FFM Max. It is day 3 and final day of knockout stage. Today we are going to get the final 12s of the tournament and also disheartening 6 eliminations. I am Tanya. Alongside me, it is Arka. Arka, what do you think about the day when day 1 was totally dominated by Team TSG? Day 2, where Team Vasio Esports have created an amazing triple booyah record. Do you think there's anybody to break the record if it is going to be Team TSG or anybody else?
I mean, I'm expecting some old names to make some big noise today. Like we have the side of Jaunty Gaming, we have Total Gaming. Now these are the names who need to step up. So I'm just going to place my bets on these teams so that they play well. Yes, you're speaking about records. The records are meant to be broken. And these are the teams who are actually capable of breaking these records. So I feel that today, the overall standing is going to vary a lot because even now, if you look at the overall standing, any team can qualify into the top.
Yes, any team still has that small window to qualify. We'll talk about the format of this tournament where it is knockout stage, final day of knockout stage, where we are going to get 12 teams to fight towards point rush, which now during point rush, it doesn't matter if you are on number 1 or 2, you are not going to get eliminated. But why it matters the most to be in top 6 is you're going to get some jump start points towards grand finals. So it's going to be itsy bitsy of cushion if at all you make any mistakes.
Absolutely. And the grand finals, I'm just waiting to see how things will turn out over there. But for everybody who's watching back home, the big prize pool in front of your screens, where the biggest chunk of that prize pool will be taken away by the champions itself, and that's going to be 5 lakh rupees. The second place 2.5, the third place 1.25. It's going to descend down until the 12th position is going to take home at least 40,000 rupees. So nobody's walking home empty handed, but the person who does the hard work the most, like the MVP and the Predator, they're going to get additional rewards with 20,000 and 10,000 respectively.
Well, I am imagining one thing, Arka. What happens if MVP and Predator both goes towards one person, the player to get the best amount of eliminations, and as well as they are the MVP for several times. But we'll talk about it a little later. Let's continue discussing about point system, where number 1, the team to get the booyah is going to get 12 points, followed by 9, 8, until position 10 you get some points, but for 11 and 12 you totally rely on elimination points and you get 1 point per elimination. So Arka, coming back towards the point, imagining a single player taking away both the titles, what are your call, and who's the bet, like which player do you think might take away both?
I mean, I have been wanting to see like several names pop up, but there are a few in my mind. Before we speak about that, the tiebreaker rule, which has brought in over here to make things much more easier for the audience to understand. If a team have equal amount of points when we have to announce the champions, then we're going to look at who's got the highest number of booyah, and if that also remains the same between the two teams, then we're going to look at total eliminations. By then I believe we might get to know who are the champions, but just in case it moves on further, then there's another priority altogether. Now the format for this championship rush has to be something special in this tournament, where the first team to reach 80 points in the grand finals, with that additional point which you can obviously take up in the previous round, but any team which reaches 80 point will activate themselves the champion rush advantage, where the next game itself, if they get a booyah, then they're going to be announced champion. In case they do not, then they still have a chance until they attain one.
And there's one more thing that has been added up to, which is one unique active skill. Yesterday in the interview, we heard Vasya himself speak up that it was very tough to organize themselves or to create a format in that pattern, that each player has to have unique ability. They had the settling period of day one, and then in day two, they managed to create the best set out of it, and best of the active abilities were used to not only win one booyah, but over and over time. It is total of 3 booyahs, and records are meant to be broken. We talked about it, and let's see who will break them. It was day one when Assassin Army got 2 booyahs on their name. Now it is Vasio Esports got 3 booyahs on their name. Today I am waiting to see if at all there's going to be an equalizer of 3 booyah, or we have seen such tournaments where teams have dominated up to 4 to 5 booyahs on their name.
Absolutely. When I feel there's going to be one team which is going to walk away with at least 3 booyahs today, and if you have to place my bets on one team, which team do you think will qualify for the point rush stage? I believe most of these teams will. Yes, Team Elite is going to be my bet, but if I have to ask you the same question, which team do you think is going to go to fight today?
Well, I believe again it has to be TSG. They started off good. They are going to continue with whatever they have done. But one team that I want to bring in some good show, that has to be Team Total Gaming, because they have been very passive, just like Team Elite. Coming towards the game schedule of Skyesports Pro League Free Fire Max Knockout Day 3, we are going to continue with the pattern of 6 total of maps, starting off with Bermuda, followed by Purgatory, then comes Alpine, Kalahari, next Terra, but it is always game 6 where I'm always eyeing off.
Yeah, the game changer. Game number 6 all of a sudden comes as an out of syllabus question to everybody, and then they'll have to decide what kind of active abilities each of them is going to carry. Yesterday we did see a group play it out. It was Group C was with us. We had Badge 99, Black Flag Army, they say RNX, PVS, Shadow Shooters, and Team Elite Ridge. Joining them back in this game is going to be Group A. Big names coming in yet again: Total Gaming, TSG Army, PN Rose, Nonstop, Car 98, as well as HTG Esports. Now, the interesting part is most of these teams and most of these players have already proven to us that they're worthy of being on the top of the table. Just imagine Assassin Army. Now they've got 155 points, and then you have TSG with 127 points, and they're already in the top 4, and they'll have 6 games ahead in front of them.
So today during the dry run, Iron Crips was just being a little greedy, where he said he want to see TSG Army at 200 points, and I said no, I'll be even more greedier. I want them to reach at least 250 pointers. Let's see if any of those records are tuning in today.
I mean, were you guys just greedy or super greedy when you guys were crunching down those numbers? 250 points sounds so impossible, but you know, TSG are well known to make things possible, as they are the team to watch out for in this tournament right now. One of the teams apparently, as there are several others who have understood the perfect combination of those agents. And yesterday when Vasio did explain on our stream, telling that now we know exactly what 4 active skills to use in this game, that means the others also would have watched these games closely and they would have understood the same strategy. Now everything is an open book, so today we can expect anything to happen.
Yes, and I believe the teams who have already completed their 12 maps and they
Yeah.
still do have a room of opportunity to qualify by just praying that the teams who are participating today do not go well and they stand on the exact position they are on the leaderboard, because today six are going to get eliminated no matter what. The bottom six, obviously, and this is exactly what we are here for, to get the finalists list. Who are that top 12 teams who are going to go move ahead towards the grand finals? But before that, they will be having one more room of opportunity to create one good score for themselves in name of point rush phase.
Now, before we head into point rush phase, Tanya, I have to tell you this. I somewhere have a gut feeling that the 12th, the 11th, the 13th, and the 14th position point difference is just barely going to be 1 or 2 points. And disappointments is going to be lingering over these teams who will be below the 12th position. I understand that, and I hope the fans are ready for a heartbreak, as well as few fans who are ready to rejoice in this beautiful day of Holi. And for those who are watching right now, do not be greedy, ladies and gentlemen. Please go share it among your friends. Make sure that you bring in your friends over here, because we are just seconds away from heading into the first map of the day. Before we step there, Tanya, quickly, which team will get that first booyah?
Well, for the start, I want Total Gaming to get the booyah. I'll be very honest, because they are the only one team where I've not spotted no matter what. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's all hype it up about who is going to be the top 12. Free Fire Max. The flight path being diagonal, not being diagonal though, it is properly bisecting from northern side towards southern side, and Shipyard is already contested by Black Flag Army. It is peak where we are seeing so many drop landings.
Riverside, finally we're able to see that Total Gaming are heading towards a very safe part of Riverside, a high ground where they can welcome anybody. But TSG Army on the other side, a busy taking an early fight. And who are they contesting? They're contesting BFA from the get-go itself. This shows that enmity is brewing up between these two teams from day one itself. Avar, his location seems to be compromised, and look at what he does. Immediately goes in for the revival. And Legend 21, let's not forget the MVP, one of the top contenders for the MVP, is looking forward for eliminations.
He's also looking very keen and observant towards the map. And is he aware about there's a player right about in the barn? Yes, he is aware. The player Avara, who just revived his teammate, and now he has got the vision and he is not going to leave that player. It is about the difference. He has got an AR on his name. On the other side, we are able to see there's an SMG. If he decides to rush upwards, he will be at the point of disadvantage. So this sort of 1v1 rush is not doable. Tatsuya being immediately used. It is the 1v2 rush, exactly what they had to do, and they get one elimination point. It is total of 2 for Krish himself, and Krish is actually the superhero for Team 2 side gamers.
Absolutely, Team TSG, the hard work which they did on day one, they're just reaping benefits by the seeds they've sown. Just imagine, they've already got 127 points, and there's no way they're going to lose out on qualifying into the next round. And what do they do next? They're just hunting for eliminations. Literally, binoculars being used right in front of them towards the plantation region. And once they understood nobody's here, now they have a peaceful walk towards the rest of the farming which they can do. Whereas at a distance, we're able to see that HTG have also got a casualty on themselves, and this time it's the side of DR, Daisy R&T, who are also wanting a piece of that pie.
Well, it is a little strange to see PVS not going towards their basic drop point, which is Sentosa, and over there's a team called PN Rose. So they are also looking forward to bring in some much needed changes to not get early elimination. 0 points earned, and revivals already used for Eco as well as ABZ Eco as well as PVS Gaming himself. So now they have to make sure they survive. Yogi is revived. They have landed on Clock Tower. Nobody is sharing the grounds. But if we have to talk about sharing the grounds, let's jump towards Team HTG, and they see RNX. It's two teams trying to contest the grounds of Factory.
Yeah, Desi Chora to be frank, and he heads back and he gets into the crosshairs of the opponents. Immediately going to be punished and taken down. DR, Desi RNX, I never saw this kind of an aggression on day one. And it seems like they've watched other games so closely and they've understood that it is time for us also to step up to show what our true firepower is. We've got one elimination already, even though the revival has come through, but it's just that they're not welcoming anybody up close. As soon as they get to know somebody's coming close by, they're making sure to convert that knock as well as to convert that knock into elimination.
Desi RNX, 4 eliminations, sure lost a player, will be revived soon. Now they're sharing the grounds with Team Total Gaming again, very near to Clock Tower. Or there as well, there's a player. They are PVS. Team PVS again going back and forth, not willing to get the center of the circle. They are going to make sure they stay as safe as possible. Talking about the circle, it has denied total eastern area where Team Elite is holding, Cape Town being their home ground, drop point, and it's all about Riverside where Team TSG is fighting against Team Black Flag Army. Now, talking about Team Car 98, they are near to Rimnam village on the edge of the circle. It is a time before all the fights that are yet to be taken, but it is Team TSG versus Black Flag Army, where Legend is definitely showing his good set of skills.
TSG, Sadak, very rare to see that this is one of the players to get taken down. PVS on the other side. I really like what PVS does. He knows that he is not as strong as this T1 player. So what does he do? He tries to play the supportive character. But whereas on the other side, TSG, Chris tries to rush in and immediately a glue wall meta comes in front of them. BFA are going to be attacked from two different fronts. Hacker, his back is going to be visible. And what's happening on the other side? Siddharth from a distance knows how to punish the opponents. BFA, the last man standing. How can he survive? I don't think so. It's going to be easy for them. And that's a double takedown coming in from one side. And with that, Black Flag Army, one last man standing, is going to evade from this place and try to revive his teammates.
And that is the perfect plan that he has in his mind. On the grounds of Mill, where Total Gaming owned this area, they are nowhere to be spotted here. They are in the dead center of the circle near to the clock tower. Now it is all about TSG, again trying to pick up the form because they are the top eliminators right now within the lobby. 3 for Krish, 2 for Legend, 1 for Ritik. It is all Siddharth, the man who still has to bring in his sniper sets again, his sniper skills again, and get those elimination points. Talking about the last man, Avara, who managed to escape, but he is on the hunt towards getting those tokens to revive his teammate. Sure, he collected enough to get one teammate back, which is Hacker himself, but he also has to make sure he goes in for the rotation towards the center of the circle because zone is closing in. Sure, it is first blue zone, not much of health damage, but still you have to go ahead, get an entry and get a good compound to reunite with your teammates, but he has got an escape plan. He doesn't wish to show his placement against Team Elite. And look at the circle shift.
Oh my goodness, it went so far away from TSG. And I really thought the northern side of the map is so empty, like Observatory, Graveyard, Katulitseva, Plantation. None of it had any players in it. I really thought this circle might betray everyone to make it stand still over there. But it seems like it's just going to betray everybody. What a shift. And with this, everybody will have to now chime in their swords as shadow shooters. They're continuously taking down the side of P and Rose. They're going to confirm one person as well. Whereas BFA on the other side finally reaches that revival tower with nobody to take him down. And with that, I believe in moments to come, we might see the side of Black Flag Army again with 4 men standing.
P and Rose looks very passive today. They are not whatever they have been. And it is Lewis, one of the strongest men within the lobby. What is he up to? P and Rose settings announced its shadow shooters UAV. It was deployed, but it is wasted out, and now the position has already been compromised. No matter UAV wasted or no. On the course, the players from Black Flag Army all have been revived well. This is one of the longest map we have witnessed because it's already 8 minutes down, and not even a single squad is eliminated. They all are going very slow. They all are going very passive. They all are aware about how each and every map is important because this is the last 6 maps which is going to decide their destiny towards grand finals.
Speaking about destiny, I really want to see which of these teams are looking forward to get more eliminations. Yes, one thing is clear, TSG Army, they've come in with an intent to get the maximum number of eliminations, which they have been doing from the beginning. But when I look at the most experienced ones, like Team Elite, Let It Be, Total Gaming, these are the teams who are being a little bit on the passive end of things. They're not wanting to get into any kind of fights, not initiating, to be frank, and probably they're prioritizing the final circle and probably aiming for that booyah, which is going to follow up with at least 4 to 5 eliminations, and which could be enough. PN Rose back into the game again, ladies and gentlemen. We have got 12 teams and 48 healthy players back in this lobby.
When do we see the elimination starting? The last round is going to be a chaos, havoc, and whatever you can name it. But right now it is race towards safe zone where Darshan will take down Shibu with VVS, but I don't think that's enough. They have got a long run, long way to go, and once they enter the circle, they are going to be contested by Hello Telugu Gaming HTG. They are just parallel to the circle from where they are entering, and it's the launch pad who is going to make it look easier, but it's tough. It's tougher because they are ending up in the mouth of danger.
They need to be careful. B99, they can't lose this game. They have not got that many points on the table, if I have to be frank. A bear comes out in the open, gets into the crosshairs of Pratik, will be punished a little bit. But HTG on the other side, they rely on going back, falling back rather than taking this fight. And this shows the importance of prioritizing the circle. Binoculars also being used right in front of them to check if somebody is inside the circle. And a right placement, if you ask me. Now they know that they should avoid that side of the circle and also look back to gatekeep or probably the most dangerous team to stay alive in the final moments of this game.
Agreed. Cannot agree more. Now, 12 teams, even in the third circle. I mean, I don't know if all 12 teams decide to survive until the final circle. It's going to be very tough for read, not only for us but also for the players about which team to fight. All the fights are going to be left, right, center, and obviously you have to watch your backs because you really never know if there's any team who's trying to rush in through the blue zone. Talking about blue zone, it's only Black Flag Army who is still going for the longest route through clock towers, and it's going to be Badge 99 who is also trying to enter the circle, but HTG has got a better positioning. They are gatekeeping Badge 99 very nicely, and now it's Car 98 already coming into the action. So now it's HTG who are in a sandwich situation between two teams.
Hangar it is, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the mini map. We've got PVS right to the center of the circle, avoiding all the fights. They're prioritizing just to take away as many position points as possible, whereas Non-Stop Gaming on the other side, very close to DR, and they're having one hell of a fight. As BFA from a distance, B99 gets in closer, and this is why I said they're one of the strongest teams or the most dangerous ones. They need to be careful as Ginotra from the other side, he realizes that they might be in deep troubles as two teams are trying to shoot at them. They need to be careful. Batch 99 also gets taken down. It's Ginotra and Amin. They need to fall back. They need to make sure that they make it inside the circle and revive their teammates. Whereas on the other side, it was the calm before the storm, and now I can start to feel the storm non-stop. He needs to be careful. The glue wall melter is not going to allow him to stay alive for longer time, as grenades are going to be tossed in. Now things are going to change for the side of Non-Stop Game.
Last man for Desi Chora, it was, and Desi RNX will be shut down by none other than this team just against them. Team Total Gaming will also push against Badge 99 TDS Gaming. Spoke within the competitive, they chose to survive. It's all about Total Gaming aggressing and getting the first elimination on their name. Non-stop gaming, waiting, and cannons being deployed, not allowing any push on their side. Blue walls will provide a cover, but Badge 99, there's no way the player can be revived. It's last man standing. Ginothra with just one single player with cocoon of blue walls.
And also a landmine right next to him. Is he gonna be trapped? Is it gonna be a trap? Players are gonna fall in. Ginothra escapes perfectly. An escape artist for sure in this lobby. As Total Gaming are trying to do the best. Elite knows the last player of non-stop gaming. Puts him to an end as well. And with that, they have 5 eliminations. But the problem is they don't have their IG. Alforzi Ajay needs to be careful. Was that a Wukong capability which I saw in between all those things? I don't
Absolutely,
think so.
it was.
It was Wukong. I don't know who it was. Was it Ginothra?
Mafia.
Mafia. Alright, Mafia. In between all those things, trying to stay as much silent as possible. Now PBS also understand that it's time for them to gatekeep. BFA trying to make it inside the circle. But I don't think so. It's going to be easy for them. As PVS are going to be that big barrier. Hacker gets taken down. Even though his teammate is trying to heal up Shanky, I don't think so. It's going to be easy for him to survive this.
Well, on the course, Team TSG Army is eliminated with 10 elimination points on their name. Total Gaming fighting against Team PVS. How long will they survive? Yogi is already down. And it's all the rush towards from all different sides. Team Total Gaming should be put to sleep in no time. 2 last players remaining. And it's PVS showing the best of aggression possible. Shadow Shooters are eliminated by Team Elite. Total Gaming 2 players trying to hide themselves. But how long will they be able to hide? Fair enough, Kalahari getting the perfect angle is able to take down 2 flame gun will also buy them enough time to heal up, and now they're coming up in open and eliminating one more player. Mafia, last main remaining, insane, trying to survive, and he's up on the face of Team Elite where Zap 18 will shut down Team Total Gaming.
Oh, look at who is on our screens. The god himself, Pahadi, trying to do his best. He's got the deadly AWM. 2 shots have already been connected. But he needs to be careful as Zap is already down on his knees. A lot of pressure right now because it's 2 versus 4. If you ask me, Zap again back on his feet. Pahadi changing positions every single time. He has to go in for that close range battle. K98 understand it's more about this team going head on to their faces, and that's what they're trying to do. And with that, they're going to gain that booyah in style. What a gameplay coming in from their side. It seems like they were not prepared for that final fight, but ultimately, K98 Army, they did everything to perfection. In case they had allowed Pahadi for some more moments, I think they could have felt those bullets rush through their skull.
It was the game of survival where all the teams tried to go ahead and survive for as long as possible. But when the action began, they were yet to get out from which direction to fight. Talking about the final fight here, it was Badal who took down Zap. There's no point that he would be revived. Using blue walls, pushing in, came up to Pahadi with a sniper boy. Close range fights were not supposedly to be taken. He wanted long fights. Wind smoke rushing up in front of faces with Mag 7. And 2 shots was barely enough to shut an entire Team Elite. K98 Army taking away the very first booyah on day 3 of knockout stage.
Now this is where things are going to turn interesting because the final 4-5 teams which I saw were Total Gaming, Team Elite, I saw K98, I saw PVS Gaming. So all those experienced teams which we were speaking about who can make a comeback today, it seems like they all are present in the match standing. So the numbers, we'll have to crunch it down or probably just wait for our production to do the work. But as of now, I really like the gameplay of each and every team. It felt like an actual T1 lobby and not a lobby meant for creators. Until the final circle, Tanya, we saw so many teams and we were not ready as to from which corner we were going to look at the fights.
And the compound that PVS was holding, that was the exactly the center point of all the
Yeah,
fights possible. Four teams already fighting against each other, and on the other corner itself, PN Rose got decimated. So it was a lot of fight in
yeah.
exact 1 minute to cover, and this was exactly what I was talking about. If all the teams decide to not fight until final circle, will end up in unpredictable fight. I mean, obviously this was not the exact fight that Team Total Gaming was deciding to, using launch pad on the faces of three players of Team Elite. Now that was the last thing that Total Gaming would want to do, but there's nothing much that he could have done. But what was done, we definitely want to see it again, and this is exact highlights what happened on the map of Bermuda.
Yep, things started off with Daisy Arnex showing some glimpse of brilliance, and then we had TSG again going back in being themselves, getting almost 10 eliminations if I'm not wrong, even before they get taken down. But Non-Stop Gaming, this was the moment. Look at how confused they were. They didn't understand from which angle to take that fight, because from one side it was Total Gaming, from the other side it was PVS, and ultimately when the iron was hot, that is when TG came into strike, and they struck hard to eliminate a team. But PVS on the other side, they're like, you know what, Total Gaming, we know that you guys are here. Both of us are going to walk away from this position, and that's what they eventually did.
And rest is history. Star 98. They had 9 elimination points on their name, and they also got Booyah. Chrono Void was used, he was saved that way, and they will be spotted on number 1 of leaderboard for sure. Badal once again proving himself the perfect player in terms of eliminations, assists, and total almost damage of 2600. He has given the best possible, but you know what better did Team Car 98 did? They did not get spotted by any team throughout, and that worked very well. 4 players intact until the final circle is something that you can ask for, where all the teams decide to survive until the final circle.
Absolutely. But with this, it's also good for us to say that every team have got some chunk of eliminations, because everybody were fighting and making sure they have all 4 men standing at least until the final few circles. But looking at the team which snatched away the Booyah, they have done a decent job if you ask me. 2 of the players in total have got 9 eliminations, where the other 2 were busy supporting their teammates, because Farhan and Vinod, from distance, they had an agenda that they wanted to save their frontline assaulters, give them the right kind of backup, let them do the talking with the gun. And that's how probably this is the least damage I would see from a single player, 124. Whereas Windsmoke, he's done the job. He's done the job, as well as we have got Badal, who's got 2594 damage in total.
Well, if I had to talk about one player, Farhan, he is actually the person to be wearing that cape. And there's limelight sure on Windsmoke, but it is all due to the support players who give all the best of supports possible to get 2 players towards the victory, and 21 points in the very first map from the side of Car 98. The team we did not talk about is fairly good, but what interests me more is number 2, Team Elite, that we really wanted to perform, is under 19 points, and Team TSG. Well, Total Gaming. Arka, what do you have to say? Team Elite, Team Total Gaming, everyone is spotted in top 5.
I mean, if my camera was on, you would have seen a big smile on my face right now. And my lips are almost touching my ears. It's that big, because now I know these big teams who are supposed to step up when the time is right are actually doing it. Look at that, 14 points, 19 points, Team Elite slowly coming to show their true colors. And we were speaking about if somebody can cross over the 150 pointer, just in case Team Elite continue to play the same way and pick up 1 or 2 Booyahs on the way. I believe that they will be able to cross over the 150 pointer in a single day.
Yes, they should be able to, because it's all about qualification now.
Yeah.
The needs are pretty high for, in terms of talking about scorecard. Car 98 taking it also very seriously about how consistent, or maybe how elevating they have to perform to stick to that top 12 counter. Because sure, for now they've got good score. It is not only about gaining points, but it is also about gaining enough points to push down few teams, so that you can create space for yourself in top 12.
Absolutely. And again, I'm waiting to see what the overall standing looks like right now, because we have to slowly crunch down to what things are going to look like. Once we understand that these are the points where teams need to work on, they need at least 5 to 6 points, then it's a different story. But with this, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be heading into the next map of the day with no more delays. We're going to be quick to get to the map of Purgatory. The flight path is going to be Fire Brigade and Crossroad, the two ends of the flight path, making it a very centric one. And Brasilia seems to be the place I would want to see the initial point of contact or the early skirmish taking place. Yes, the blue zone at Crossroads is going to attract a lot of attention. It's going to attract a lot of teams towards it. Whereas Ski Lodge, we have to speak about it, Tanya. Ski Lodge, we really thought that Ski Lodge is going to have an unwritten story, and it seems like it's going to be left alone for now.
Team Elite has totally switched their drop point to marble work and
Hmm.
let them do whatever suits them the best. But I like the split, Arca. Two
Yeah.
teams on the western island, two teams on the southern island. Moat House also contested by Team HTG. So it's like Purgatory being one of the widest map, they've got spot for themselves. But look at Brasilia, Team TSG taking the landing there. Same goes for Team PVS. Now there's only one team who can survive or maybe hold on to this ground. UAV already deployed by Team TSG to get the information about if the compounds nearby are vacant to get the loots, because it is only first few minutes. Either it's a crash landing, you got to fight with whatever weaponaries you have, or you use a UAV to get the information if there's somebody around and get the best of weaponaries that you're used to using.
Team TSG, if somebody is daring to reveal their location, it seems like somebody wants to have a fight with the daredevil himself. And I don't think so it's going to be an easy job. Brasilia, right to the epicenter of the map, is where we have this team. And the first blood has already been drawn, ladies and gentlemen, by the side of Black Flag Army. In the overall standing, they had a decent cushion in somewhere around 5th or 7th position. And they want to cement themselves into the top 5 by gaining more points. As they see RNX. Now, these are the teams we need to speak about, Tanya. They see RNX. They were somewhere at the 11th spot, right? And they will now have to make a comeback. They have to make sure that they have an average of 5 to 6 points in every single game. Aim for a big number in one game at least. Their stronghold map is where they would want to get one booyah at least.
Well, they see RNX as kind of a team where we spotted they do not perform in all the maps. What they do is they try to rule in one strong map with the dominance of 30 eliminations or 31 total points, and then they automatically take such a huge leap in the obviously upwards, leap upwards in the leaderboard. So I believe if
Yeah.
they see RNX will play one strong map, they will be able to do enough. Black Flag Army, the only team to get the elimination by far. Look at how reserved all the teams are playing. This is not exactly how things happened when we saw Team A and B fighting against each other. Again, this was not the case of scenario. Group when there was B and C happening, it was one of the most brutal, aggressive, and frontal that we have spotted. Now coming towards Group A and C, both of them want to go very passive. So was it Group B, the initiator group, where they wanted to make sure to start off all the fights?
Now, you can tell that because we had Team Vasio, Assassin Army, Bin Zidane, Boss Army. These were the teams who actually wanted to pick up eliminations. And that's why they're on top of the table right now. But I would call these two groups as the more cleverer ones in comparison, because both these groups know the importance of gaining ample amount of points or average amount of points in every single game, and which matters a lot when it comes to the overall stand. Whereas Total Gaming, they were at the 12th position. They were barely making it into the top 12, and now with one good game, a bit of confident boost is going to allow them to convert at least 1 or 2 games to booyah, so that they can also have a good chance to stay in that safe top 10 position.
Actually, what I'm really liking is UAV has been sent from the side of Team HTG. Even if Black Flag Army was not aware about there was any team trying to go from Moat House towards the mainland, they have given the information. Now it's the perfect timing for Black Flag Army to gatekeep Team HTG because they have got the upper advantage. They have got the better place. They have got the better plain land to walk. Now it is all about 4 elimination points from Black Flag Army. Is it going to be so easy to get, or it's going to be the slow affair where Team HTG will go for the different route, realizing through UAV information that there stands a lot of risk. If we push in there, we might get decimated, and which is the last thing which any team can do. Everybody is deciding to survive. Just imagine right now, 5 minutes down the line, and only 4 or 3 eliminations. How passive approach each and every team is up to.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. I really want some action. I'm done waiting, to be frank. Because the first 2 days, I was served biryani, and all of a sudden, they're giving me a slow meal, where they first give you a starter and then you go to the main course. And then, the first day I had everything on my plate. I could enjoy whatever I want. And I want to step back over there, Tanya. I am done waiting. Because this is where, this is where the game kind of looks more technical. This is where the game looks more boring in the initial moments. But I guess this is how teams are going to take it forward.
Well, I would not call it exactly boring because if you have a look at the map, I call it rotation. The southern island with only 2 teams holding themselves, they've got the third team as well. There is team non-stop gaming. Now the circle is going to take shift in seconds. Still, Marble Works is all vacant now. There's no more team total gaming holding there, team elite holding there. It's all about team TSG. They left Brasilia in all few seconds, realizing that there's somebody holding on to Brasilia and they wouldn't want to pick up a fight. Now there's a swap of location. Team Total Gaming moving towards Brasilia, Team TSG heading towards Marble Works, and now it is all about circle. On which direction is it going to take a shift? Well, it involves all 3 islands and a lot of water route. Is it day one that we both were willing to see? And it does. A push from non-stop gaming.
A push from non-stop gaming, which is turning out to be a little fatal. Manu was down on his knees, and look at how the positions have changed. B99 are coming in from 2 different directions, trying to converge against NGM. They'll be able to put at least 1 player down. A good trade between the two. Struggle, literally living by his name, will go in for the revival. Whereas B99, they're being careful every single step they take. Very low on HP. He needs to be careful. He revives, but immediately gets taken down. And with the snap of a finger, we have Batch 99 eliminated from this lobby.
Non-stop gaming, a very good rush, but were they aware that they will be rushed too? They are tasting their own medicine now. It is Desi RNX pushing against non-stop gaming. They are still the wounded players. They do not have enough time to heal up, and Aztec will be pinned down. Manu, all he has to do is hold the prone position, and if there is any room of opportunity, he should go ahead and revive his teammates. Manu trying to buy some time, going through the swim route, not towards the open ground, and to make it obvious that he's going ahead for the revival. He goes in, revives, but Desi RNX were just trying to go in as a third party. No. They're going to make sure they get that elimination points, and they are pushing towards the shack again. And Launchpad will be deployed, both of them running out of sight, out of crosshairs.
I mean, that's a very clever gameplay coming from their side. But is it going to be enough? Because right now they're walking into the jaws of death because P and Rose is right in front of them. And they have to go revive their teammates. And cleverly does it as well. Non-stop gaming. What a beautiful gameplay coming in from their side. And look at what they're doing. They know there's just one deer in front of them and they need to hunt him down. Sile gets taken down. Immediately gets confirmed as well. Another revival necessary. Non-stop gaming. Where are they going to land? Because this is more important. Tokens have been taken. He needs 100 more to revive another teammate. Non-stop gaming, it seems like they've just landed towards the side of Total Gaming and giving away all the eliminations to them. And Total Gaming are just going to welcome that with open arms.
They see RNX not willing to chase them furthermore. They have realized that there is a super fight happening there. UAV was also deployed. The enemy, total enemy, were also spotted there. So they want to make sure they hold, they take a breather. Two elimination is fairly enough. Only one team to get eliminated by almost 10 minutes in the lobby is Badge 99, Car 98, the team who bagged a booyah. They still have a good room of opportunity to revive their teammate. But what's wrong with Team TSG? Two players down on the knees. Who is the one who is trying to shut down TSG? That is Team Elite fighting against Team TSG. It was shotgun that was used there. Two players down already, and it is two players remaining. Here comes the trade. Legend trying to make it equal, but will it be enough? He has to go all in. If it doesn't, it is going to be in for Team TSG.
Pahari, what a beautiful shot between the glue wall. Will be able to register and send TSG Army away from this lobby. What a game coming in from his side. We were underestimating this player until now. And look at what moment he saved his teammates. Zap, one of the strongest players. We call him one of the best all-rounders of the Free Fire Max community. Give him any role, give him any character he knows to play, and he somehow survives for the team. Gave away the information before getting taken down, making it easy for Pahadi to put one team out of this lobby. But TSG Army never expected them to be taken out. And at what point of time? In the beginning of the game, with just 2 eliminations.
On the grounds of fire brigade, we are not going to see any fire extinguish. We are going to see the fire erode, fire go ahead. And now we are going to talk about this RNX. 3 eliminations, for 2 from Non-Inegi, 1 from Hassan. They are in the hard compounds, they are in the safe zone, but it is going to be team who is really willing to push in, and that's going to be Team Black Flag Army. They are looking forward to have a good angle, but if they run in open, Hassan has got his crosshair very nicely set. A small pixel was enough to take a player down, but you need to be patient to be the sniper for the team. He just moved away. All he wanted was maybe a few seconds to be patient, to wait, or he's also worried about all 5 windows in the room. Throwables can come in any time, and Non-Stop Gaming is eliminated by Team Elite. Team Elite decimated one team, which is Team TSG Army, coming towards Team Non-Stop Gaming, who also happen to be second top eliminators within the lobby. Now Team Elite is totally pumped up, charged up, and to show whatever that was holding them is all gone, and now they are bringing in best of the game.
Seems like the hunter has been hunted. Pahadi gets taken down by an M82B and also gets confirmed as well. K98, they revived their teammates successfully, making them again a 4-man and strong in this lobby. PN Rose on the other side, trying to play it as safe as possible. And let me tell you this, PN Rose, they've got some decent points until now, so they need to maintain that average. Whereas PVS, look at how well they're playing. Now they have to make it inside the circle. From which corner are they going to come in from? A UAV is going to be deployed to get some information. ABC says, I can see a launcher at a distance. Guys, why don't we go there and pick that up? Whereas the IGL on the other side says that I've left a UAV. Nobody is on the western side. So let's just head into the circle on the western side. We also have an hard compound for ourselves. And that is how PVS are going to head into the circle.
While all of this is happening, Team Elite is eliminated. 2 players lost of zone, and 1 who was taken down right now by KD God. Now the circle has taken its shift, and R98 Army will also be taken down. KD God, the last man from PN Rose, is trying to get as many elimination points as possible because he is still in top few teams remaining. Circle is taking its move. Team Total Gaming with 4 players intact. Are they going to wait for the last man to first get eliminated and then they make their move? But that might be too late. Just like Team Elite taking for the delayed rotation, ending up in no opportunity for surviving until top 5, when they had built up all the momentum required to take those elimination points. But you also have to make sure you make the move. 17 within the lobby, 23 players, 14 minutes down already, now 5 minutes remaining. About who takes away the booyah on the map of Purgatory.
Total Gaming right to the epicenter of it all. Hacker on the other side with that grenade launcher is going to be rewarded with 2 eliminations. PN Rose, KD God, they jump in. but his location has been compromised. He could be shot at 4 different directions. And for how long can he survive? For how long can he be one with the nature? That's a question which is going to reveal in some time. Total Gaming just jumped in over here. They're a 4-man strong squad against the side of Desi RNX. And with this Team Elite, again, a decent game of 8 eliminations gets eliminated. And PN Rose, they need to thank their stars, because right now KD God, the way he's surviving, that footsteps would have given away and intrigued the interest of Total Gaming, right? And Total Gaming, Insane is not going to go away from that position. He's just going to hold on to it and wait for the opponents to make that mistake.
Team PBS survived until top 6 with no elimination, finally getting some knockers and also a room of opportunity for Team Black Flag Army to gatekeep HPG. But what in the world is happening? All the eliminations are being gained by Team PBS. Long range battle and getting these free elimination is something that anybody would want to, because at the end it's never about who got the knock, it's all about who got the elimination. PBS is reading it very well and they've got 3 eliminations right now. HTG will be eliminated, and it was self-elimination for the last player remaining, PN Rose. The last guy, KD God, still surviving in the mix of 3 players. Indeed, 4 players. Delete was also again called 4 players. And how is he surviving? Zone giving a lot of damage to Team PBS. Throwables being used. 1 compound comprising of 4 total of teams.
Absolutely, it's just going to be the house of death. As BFA, they're trying to do their best to put an end for the side of PBS Gaming. Glue wall melters everywhere. Shots have been given from every different directions as well. Mafia gets another reward for being a little bit aggressive. Total Gaming, they've only got 5 frags so far. They see RNX, even they are inside the very building. But BFA have got a greater opportunity. PBS, I feel this is a deja vu moment. I've seen this team before, and what BFA are doing is just enjoying the top spot, because they know any team trying to walk away from their positions are going to be taken down if these 2 men hold on to their grounds.
Team Total Gaming trying to be a little safe. Desi RNX are trying to exactly get the info about where the players are. Black Flag Army on the top using some emotes, and well, I would be very stressed if I knew that map is about to end in 3 minutes, and this is what makes them, whatever they are, the best of the creators for Free Fire Max. They not only have fun but also try to make a way towards victory. The hacker enjoying the most here with the emotes, and look at Mafia wearing a fairy outfit on a perfectly well physique body. Now that is a sort of entertainment again. Talking.
I mean, it's not just him. The whole squad of Total Gaming is actually wearing that, frock. But coming back, the circle is now going to shrink in to make things much more interesting. PBS from a distance, how can they make it inside the circle? And whereas on the other side, BFA, it's clear to us that they're just going to aim at PBS and they're just going to pick up those eliminations, not bothered about who's going to go to the epicenter. Whereas Total Gaming, they're building their own fortress. They put landmines in every nook and corner, because they know they see RNX are now going to jump off this building and try to enter the vicinity downstairs and then try to challenge the side of Total Gaming. So trap has been set by everybody. But they see RNX, how are they going to tackle these situations? Because running to the center of the circle is one thing, and defending yourself doing so is another thing altogether.
I feel pity for PBS Gaming. They had a look through about we'll be surviving until the end, but everybody is pointing their crosshairs on them, throwables on them, and there's no way they can survive. Trying to create a route with all the glue walls placed, and Eco somehow managed to survive. Now it is counter throwables. Yogi is spotted. He will be taken down. He is pinned down. Zone is also shrinking in, and Black Flag Army, the only team, the 2 players right now have got a perfect angle, have got the perfect positioning, and now it is all about jumping out of the compounds and who will take down who.
Now this is where PBS have done the checkmate position. They need to be careful. They see RNX, they're trying to do their best, and they're going to be covered by the side of Total Gaming. PBS versus Total Gaming is what we would look at in the final moments of this game, but I don't think so it's going to be easy, as PBS Gaming, they're just the third parties over here. As they see RNX, they're also trying to do their best. One last man, changing positions every single time, trying to put pressure over the side of Total Gaming. Now it's a 2v2 situation, ladies and gentlemen, as Total Gaming are going in for revival. PBS Gaming comes in from the other side with the shotgun, but it's going to be punished by Delhi. And now Insane and Mafia have one last man standing to take care of, and they do it in style, getting this booyah. Fozzy is going to be so happy with his teammates. The plan was executed well, and the fairies in white walk away with the booyah they're going to cherish for a long time.
Well, looking at his background, he also has a dream catcher and Fairy's outfit. A lot of things are matching up to whatever they did. But right now, I'm very thrilled to see this sort of booyah coming in from side of Team Total Gaming, who have missed a lot on day one, and now it is day two for them. They are performing at the best of their caliber. Still not reached up to the mark, but at least there is some sort of initiation. Our very first booyah with 3 men standing, holding the compound for way too long. That was something that I was not expecting, because they tend to have an attitude towards pushing and gaining those elimination points. Total Gaming for the very first time on the booyah charts.
So good to see this. This is what I was speaking about. These two big names can make a comeback today, and it seems like they are the people to do the talking. But I love this game style of Total Gaming. What they actually did is try to make sure that PVS will have to come in from outside the circle to take the fight, because head-on 4 people 4v2 is an easy job for the side of Total Gaming. What PVS could have done otherwise is use all the glue walls, make sure that Total Gaming can't come inside the circle, and the blue zone is going to do the damage. Now, PVS did not think that way. They thought that one player is going to go restrict the rest of them, and they were laying back and enjoying the show. And Total Gaming were like, you know what? We'll show you how a show should be made, and they stepped in to get away a very good win.
This is going to be the highlights for the map of Purgatory, where Badge 99 was the first team to get eliminated via non-stop gaming, and that was pretty quick. That rush that they decided to go ahead worked everywhere in their favor, but then they had to taste their own medicine.
Absolutely. Whereas Team Elite on the other side, I've seen the chat go bonkers with their tagline. They'll say Elite. So I hope to see that they'll be able to do the same as well. Whereas Pahari on the other side, again, the sniper seems to be waking up from within him, as he's got several knocks, several eliminations as well. But this was the moment where I felt that shadow shooters should have made an early rotation inside the circle. BFA, it's like one after the player came in just to give them eliminations.
And then PVS holding a good position for way too long than they should have was they could have even won a booyah, because they had the longest place to not be tanking any damage via blue zone. But then Insane had his own plans with the shotgun, popped right on time. Mafia being the MVP for his team right now with 4 elimination, and I can vouch for it. This sort of damage doesn't match up to total of 4 eliminations with 1 assist to add up to. But I believe he had a lot of knocks on his name. We'll get to see those count of knocks, because 3,000 damage, minimum of 4 knocks he must have taken.
Absolutely. And Total Gaming, if it's just one guy who's got 4 eliminations, that means there's been an equal share of eliminations between the team. 3,000 damage shows that this game can be sometime ruthless. It can just show you the cake and never allow you to eat it. And several knocks were not converted. Immediate revivals, immediate heal ups. So ultimately, Total Gaming, they just got to be happy that they're able to compose themselves to play actually how they used to play before.
And talking about Team TSG now, they were the team who were supposed to do a lot of booyahs and stuff, but they are the team who are getting eliminated over and over time. But right now, the team featured on the booyah board is obviously Team Total Gaming, Mafia being number 1. He had 5 knocks. I told you he must have had 3 minimum and 5. Now the count is definitely matching up. Talking about position 2 for the team, it is Insane getting 2 eliminations with the shotgun in the final, and that was the final blow. Delete with a 1 elimination, followed by Fozzy Ajay with 1 elimination. It was a great play coming in, until and unless you are able to build a storyline where you are going to be the booyah bagger, do anything that suits, even if that is holding on to the second story of the biggest compound left within the circle. 20 points in the name of Total Gaming.
20 points with just 8 eliminations. And look at how eliminations have been shared by everybody over here. Previous Gaming as well. They've got #2 position. Even they are trying to make a comeback over here. I did not expect them to actually survive for so long because Daisy RNX have their eyes set on PVS. I think it was busy. They were busy doing those emotes. They didn't have a chance to come and actually make PVS pay for it. Whereas Black Flag Army, even they were one of those teams who were busy with their emotes as well. Sorry, I believe Black Flag Army were busy with their emotes, and that's why they wouldn't allow. As they say RNX, they tried to do their best, but not aiming to go to the center of the circle, but coming in from the eastern side did backfire for them.
Yes. And you have to make sure that you check with your UAVs about in which direction you should be going. Talking about overall leaderboard, it is Total Gaming on number 1, Team Elite on number 2, PVS Gaming just 1 point away from Team Elite, Car 98, 26 points. Now, talking about top 6 teams, these are the names that we really wanted to see them playing on day 1 as well. And now talking about from 7th position until 12th, Badge 99 and HTG Esports are definitely not having a good time. But TSG Army, now what's wrong with them? They do have 12 eliminations altogether, but I
Yeah.
believe placement points is barely 4, so they're not able to survive until the end.
But Fozzy, Ajay, and Insane, both of them sitting together shows that they're pretty serious about this tournament. Whereas coming back, now I have a question for you and Crips, right? I know that you're not going to be prepared for a question like this. You guys were wanting somebody to cross 200 pointer where you thought they might reach 200 itself. Do you really think that can be, that can be reached right now? That can be attained right now?
Absolutely, it should be. We are just it's just 2 matches down, 4 still to go, and 30 points is all it takes for teams like this participating. And look at Siddharth still standing tall on number 1 position of elimination leaders, followed by Legend. Third comes Dafiq. Yes, Assassin Army is not participating today. They are on number 4, my bad. And it is going to be Anshu from Vasya Esports. This is the team who is again not participating today because the 12 maps are already down. Out of all 5 top leaders, we have got 2 TSG players, 2 Assassin Army players, 1 Vasio Esports players. So top 5 players are the players who have got the maximum amount of elimination. And if TSG is able to hold on to their position, retain to their position, as Assassin Army are also not going to let loose, no matter playing or not playing, they are sticking to the top 5.
Absolutely. Now, I really want to see what the interview is going to turn out, because usually we do have an interview with Total Gaming, and I really want to understand 2 players sitting together, what is the kind of mindset they're having, because they were under a lot of pressure before they entered today's game. They had to prove to their fans. So let's head over there to see what Fozzy has to say.
मैचेस में कंसिस्टेंसी मेंटेन करी है, पर कल आप थोड़े उदास थे, आज कैसा लग रहा है?
बिल्कुल। और भाई मैं एकदम बढ़िया। उदास मैं परसों था क्योंकि परसों मेरे मैचेस थे।
हाँ,
तो
मेरे पास
बिल्कुल, क्योंकि नया मेटा है और प्लेयर्स काफी टाइम बाद खेल रहे हैं अपने, तो है थोड़ा स्ट्रगल कर रही है टीम, लेकिन हमें पता है कैसे टैकल करना है, उस पर वर्क चालू है। और जैसे एक बार टीम ट्रैक पे आ जाएगी तो बेटर रन करना स्टार्ट करेंगे।
फौजी भाई, मुबारक हो बुया के लिए। और आपसे यही पूछना चाहूंगा कि अभी अगर आप देखें पॉइंट्स टेबल का, आपने डेफिनेटली होमवर्क किया होगा, कुछ ऐसी टीम है फौजी भाई जो आपको लग रहा है कि आपके लिए दिक्कत बन सकती है आज?
बिल्कुल लोके भाई, आपने सही कहा कि जो पॉइंट टेबल है मैंने डेफिनेटली देखा है, अंक किस प्रकार, अंक बिल्कुल क्लोजेस्ट मामला है। और ऐसा नहीं है कि 1-2 टीम ही कंपटीशन में है, कंपटीशन सभी टीमों का है। आज जो खेल रहे कम से कम 6 टीमें मिनिमम ऐसी हैं जो कंपटीशन के अंदर बनी हुई है। तो आज हर एक कदम सोच समझ के रखना पड़ेगा।
जया सोच समझ के रखना पड़ेगा। हमारे पास इंडिया के सबसे माहिर कप्तानों में से एक है। एंड फौजी भाई, मैं जानना चाहूंगा, ये आप खेल रहे थे, हम आपका पीओवी भी देख रहे थे, आपके पीछे कौन बैठे, कौन से वो प्लेयर? इंसेन है कहीं?
इंसेन।
अरे तो इंसेन भी होने वाले हैं। इंसेन बहुत अच्छा खेला इन्होंने, लास्ट में जो मोमेंट पे क्लच करा वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट था। मैं एक सवाल आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा कि माफिया धीरे धीरे करके वापस से उस पोजीशन पे आ रहे हैं जिसमें हमने देखा था कुछ टाइम पहले जब वो स्नाइपर ऑफ द ईयर, आई थिंक सो प्लेयर ऑफ द ईयर थे। क्या लग रहा है माफिया किस तरीके से हार्डवर्क कर रहे हैं एंड किस तरीके से इंप्रूवमेंट हो रही है टीम में?
एक्चुअली माफियाज की बात किया जाए तो माफिया आज पहले भी अच्छा खेल रहा है, माफिया आज भी अच्छा खेलता है।
माफिया प्लेयर?
हाँ, माफिया प्लेयर की बात मैं कर रहा हूँ। माफिया अच्छा खेल रहा है, वो पहले भी अभी भी अच्छा खेल रहा है। बट एक्चुअली जो थोड़ा दिक्कत जहाँ हो रही है वो डिलीट के साथ में हो रही है, क्योंकि डिलीट एक्चुअली उन्होंने फोन स्विच किया है और वो उस नए फोन के अंदर भी जिस हिसाब से खेल रहे हैं वो एंड्रॉइड से आईफोन में आए हैं, तो वो थोड़ा सा स्ट्रगल हो रहा है। लेकिन माफियाज जो माफिया है वो ऑन पॉइंट अपना गेम निकाल रहा है, पहले भी निकालता है और अभी भी निकाल रहा है।
माफिया जी हाँ, थोड़ा परेशान करा ये एक्टिव स्किल रूल ने। पर देखिए हमारे पास, देखिए इंडिया के सबसे माहिर कप्तानों में से एक आ चुके हैं, ये गेम पलटना चाहते हैं, दैट्स व्हाई इनको कहा जाता है कि कमबैक किंग्स। पर देखिए फौजी भाई, ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर योर अपकमिंग मैचेस। इसी ध्यान मग्न तरीके से आराम से खेलिए, आपके फैंस इंतजार कर रहे हैं कि आप कमबैक करें, और आई विश कि आप टॉप 12 में हमें जरूर से नजर आए।
बिल्कुल, थैंक यू सो मच, और कमबैक करेंगे। आप सभी का धन्यवाद।
जी हाँ, जी हाँ।
And
Seems
And
like the
there's-
intent was clear. You know, they're sitting, they're taking things seriously. That's what we were wondering, because one most important thing which he pointed out was our players were not playing recently. They were busy with their own works, and now they've all come back to pick this up and make sure that they leave a mark. And if this is the kind of performance they can show after leaving the game for so long, just imagine what they can do if they come back to their prime.
They are en routing towards the prime. He exactly mentioned about the device switches that the one of the
Yeah,
player
yeah.
delete has done. I believe that settling period should also pass, and they've got limited 4 maps remaining. They have been very consistent in first 2 maps of the day, but they have to make sure they continue to do so for the remaining 4 as well. For Ajay, one of the renowned captain in the entire history of Free Fire Max, does he have enough to make sure to retain, or maybe he has to go for the progress chart? He doesn't have to retain that. Does he have enough to make sure the total gaming qualifies in top 12 towards grand finals?
If he's continuing in the same path he's doing right now, then surely he has that capability of, you know, taking his team across the line. But ladies and gentlemen, you know the procedure, you know how the ritual is. We're going to be taking a short break now, allowing you guys to go relax, get yourself refreshments, and also share it among your friends. The most important point, share it among your friends, bring them all out here, because Total Gaming is trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, like it's set in stone. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, yeah, it's time to bring the heat. Yeah. We compete, got a mutual enemy. If it's up to me, I'm choosing you. Up in the sky, we'll never lose.
Like an unload, we precise. I will take your advice. Got this energy up, we will take home the prize. So come get it, play this game. Showing all your skills, bang, bang.
Let's raise the bar, ready to start, we'll never.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are watching Free Fire Max Pro League by Skyesports. On the desk with me is going to be a little bit of a switcheroo, and I'm going to bring back my friend Crips. Crips, you were watching this game in the backlines, unsure about that. Slowly and steadily, the teams who have got the biggest fan following are making a comeback. Specifically, Total Gaming as well as Team Elite. Let's not forget PVS as well. What's your take on that?
My take on that is that, yes, they are the most followed teams over here, but they were also the teams who were creating the most amount of suspense. Imagine teams who at one point were FFIC winners. If they don't manage to qualify, that would be absolutely shameful, right? Total Gaming, Team Elite, TVS Gaming, all of them, not only were they the people that most people had their eyes on, but they were also the teams who were in most need of points. And today it seems like all of them are performing really well. This was all a massive plot.
Now, amongst all these teams, there's one team which has a set of strong players. It's a power pack team. You have Genotra, you have his whole teammates who have been sticking together. Badge 99 was still unable to catch up to the new game. But before we speak further about it, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be stepping into the next. I love you guys in the chat to let us know. It starts with an A, so please complete that. But the flight path, it seems to be going again to the center of the map itself, allowing everybody to go to the respective drop locations.
Yeah, and the respective drop locations will be respected. I don't see any drop clashes yet. Maybe in the last end of the leg. Maybe
base camp, my
end
friend.
of the
Base camp.
Are they actually going towards base camp? Will they move away at the last second? Nope. Nope. I mean, technically, PN, Rose, and HTG can clash against each other, but everybody's respecting each other's drop locations. Whatever shots you see on the screen right now, they're all just long-distance shots. Oh, and he actually manages to confirm it. Damn. I did not think a long-range knock would be able to, convert it into a kill this soon. I thought this would just be yet another revive. But, hey, PN Rose, they're losing players permanently. Maybe they can get them back later on as they try to go for the respawns, but still, it's still points given away.
Absolutely, and look at that. Instant revival comes in from both the teams who had lost players. And the best part was, one of the players of Badge 99 was doing something between these two teams who got punished. I wonder, was he a good spy or not?
Maybe he's as good as James Bond. Maybe not. But that spy has sent back. They destroyed the messenger. They violated the golden rule of war, except there's no rules over here. You do whatever you can to get as many points. Base camp, while it's under attack, everybody who had lost their lives at one point has been brought back. But still, if you are close enough to each other, the moment your player is knocked, you can put up a glue wall. You can try to res him, especially with Tiva now. You can prevent even those points from being given away. Just because you can respawn your players doesn't mean that you should get lax about it.
Exactly, that's my point. But HTG versus DR, Ronnie Negi comes in closer. He's a good player when it comes to the mid-range battle, but it seems like he has overextended himself, due to which he's going to be paying a very hefty price. 2 elimination points going away from their hands, but landing in the pockets of HTG. And HTG are going to be enjoying this because, hey man, they also need points to make it into the top 12.
Yeah, they do. Even TSG is under attack now in some other part of the map. So while HTG have 3 eliminations, I don't think they will be clashing against their opponents anytime soon. However, TSG will not let one of their fallen comrades go down and win. They will exact revenge. They're trying to re-engage in this battle. Krish has them both underneath him. He's juking them by running across the rooftops. Finally, he's been spotted. And he does take a little bit of damage. Still, he's down in a place where he can't be confirmed. There's a chance at redemption here. Legend now kind of isolated. Has to go 1v1 against Shibu. Shibu still wins. 2 players down for TSG and 2 points given away. Legend will be brought back. Turns it into a 3v4. But will TSG stay in the same area or re-engage them elsewhere? Yes, they'll engage them right here and now. Bache down. He's confirmed. No, wait, not yet. AJOP is providing cover.
There it is.
Can't save Bache. Close. Nice try.
And it's Sidak, right? It's Sidak whom you're trying to face right now. The person who's leading the charts when it comes to eliminations. He's not going to miss much, for sure. Whereas TSG on the other side, they need to make a comeback in comparison to the others. And Siddharth is just going to welcome this birds flying in the sky. Bocce is going to be put down in the air. All the hard work Siddharth did. Legend was like, you know what? Let me lay that final bullet. Gets that knock through. And the elimination, obviously, is going to come back very soon.
Sent back to the creator before he can meet the mortal planes. Legend indeed. Now here comes the battle for revenge. Siddharth once again provides cover. Nice shot. Legend would have almost lost that fight, but he's not going to fight them alone. And that's the problem when you're going up against TSG. Their trade games are so strong, they'll never let one of their players go by himself.
Oh no.
Shibu using his abilities to cover his entry. They both fight each other. Track down. Fish survived at 20 HP. Another confirmation for TSG, Arca.
TSG are pretty much looking unstoppable. And the best part is they're sticking together for the first time. And that's how you need to play the game when everybody are under pressure. Make sure you stick together. Make sure that you convert those knocks to eliminations as quickly as possible. Siddharth, he's leading the fight. He knows that there's another player up ahead. And before he could just get himself in cover, he's going to be detected. AJOP. A Woodpecker versus M82B. I dare not peek right now.
Bro, AJOP did not listen to your advice, Arca. Legend did. But Mafia Bala will be brought back. That's a different fight altogether. With Total Gaming also taking a chance at redemption. Shadow Shooter will not be able to redeem themselves. No, they have been finished off. Meanwhile, back over towards this plane. Ocean View. The only thing that Total Gaming have in their view are Car 98 Army.
No, they had a good run, Car 98 Army. They need to maintain it though, because in case they get taken down from here on, they're not able to convert the games, then it's going to be a big trouble for them. The overall standing already looks very, very close. Whereas on the other side, we're going to look at Erman trying to do the best of what he can. He's got the last man from the side of BFA. What does he do? He sits inside the vehicle, makes a small mistake, due to which he's going to be finished off. Hacker immediately revives his teammate. And then they become a two-man squad to take down that one man. With this, DAC RNX will have to go in for a revival yet again.
Yeah, they see RNX, they will definitely have to go for a revival. Will Car 98 get the chance to do so? Non-stop Gaming are attacking them up close and personal. Aztec dives through using the Tatsuya dash. Swastik still gets him. Swastik with the double. Oh my goodness, he's actually shutting him down. This was a very costly dive on Non-stop Gaming. Bartle also chiming in with a triple of his own. Amazing stuff from Non-stop Gaming, but struggle is now actually trying to fall back down. One move survived this first initial skirmish, but will eventually be traded out. And there you have it. Car 98 winning the overall battle. Survived by just one man are Non-stop Gaming. I guess their finish spree has been stopped, but the team has not been completely eliminated yet.
Oh, I've seen this, right? I've seen this strategy that every team doesn't want to completely eliminate the opponents because they know the importance of getting more eliminations in the final moments of the game. Yes, the fight would have given them confidence as they're trying to play it out, but again, you need some players in the final circle. You need them to give you that extra points to cement yourself into the top 12. PBS on the other side, Nancy showing your backlines yet again using a Tatsuya is going to eventually get taken down. And guess what? They're not going to allow Party to go in for the confirmation. Yogi, his head is going to be visible. Shots are going to be taken, Nancy. Hardy doesn't miss much. They need to be careful. Zap as well is giving the right kind of backup, but PBS, they escape with a sliver of HP.
This is what I was talking about earlier, Arca. Yes, because it's possible to respawn your players after they've been confirmed as well, that doesn't mean you should let them get confirmed. I love what they did over here. They healed up Nancy while he was knocked with the heal gun, covered him with a glue wall, and still brought him back. They do not give Team Elite the points.
Oh, B99, Batch 99. They just got the arsenal for themselves and they're going to be packed. This team needs to be careful. This team needs to be careful now. Have they unlocked this loot as well? Yes, they have. Now they're going to be stacked up. Just imagine Ginotra, Abhay, Shivam, Amin. Everybody have got their favorite guns now. Heading into a 4v fight, all they have to do is just come to the final circle. Hold the epicenter.
And towards the center they go. B99 also launching themselves. Up close are P and Rose. Now, P and Rose are the kind of team that isn't anywhere close to a third party. Yes, sure, B99's behind them, but they just about to make their escape. The only bigger problem for them would be Black Flag Army now. P and Rose escaped the high ground, right? They tried to run away from Black Flag Army, but they're kind of sandwiched now. And this is not the kind of party you would like to be. This is not the kind of sandwich you would want to be a part of.
Absolutely, but they've summoned a vehicle. That could be an advantage. They can just escape from this dicey situation.
If they can get inside the vehicle, that is.
There's another vehicle on the other side, so nobody's watching the other side of the bridge. So they have an opportunity, but they need to take that risk. Whereas on the other side, we're able to see that TSG are starting to have another fight with the side of K98, who are in a very, very bad spot. Look at that. They're just going to be gate kept. The next circle forming up, things are going to get interesting, Crips.
Very interesting indeed. The circle shifts slightly more towards the north. It's a bit of a hard shift. And this will give quite a lot of advantage to teams who are already in the circle, which currently happen to be DCRNX, PVS, Team Elite, and HTG. But these three teams over here, Black Flag Army, P and Rose, B99, they're not fully inside yet. HTG are the only ones who are in the zone right now, and they cover the entire southern entry into the circle. They have the opportunity to gatekeep a lot of them. Oh, they spot Tahil. Immediately puts up a glue ball, runs away. But will he be able to escape this place? Even the landmines have been destroyed. He's kind of diving in even further towards lower ground now. There's a vehicle which hasn't been used just yet. Can he get inside? Yes, in he goes. Drives away, drives off into the sunset. Can he actually escape? He's healing as he tries to drive. And this monster truck actually saves his life.
Oh, there's another one over here. A better vehicle, to be frank. Sahil is just walking to another jaws of death, to be frank. He's got DR, DCR, and Nex who are hungry right now for some eliminations. Sahil better change his tracks right now, because it's not just the blue zone. It's gonna be 2-3 teams trying to fire at him.
Oh my god, yeah, that guy's in a lot of trouble. I don't even know if he'll get to revive his teammates. K98, I mean, what? No part of it. P and Rose will be no more part of this game. And they've been eliminated. K98, though, they make the dive with the launch pads, but TSG are trying to cover their entry. But TSG themselves need to get inside the zone. I guess the launch pads do actually give them a bit of an advantage. Rebreather utilized, but can you save yourself from the bullets, though? That's the bigger problem. And TSG are just waiting their escape. They're trying to tank the zone damage a little bit more. They would much rather do that than give away their lives to K98 in Total Gaming. Black Flag, though, still being chased. Sallu, he's being chased by Adib on his heels, and now he gets pincered by both the sides. Black Flag Army will be sent back to the darkness.
Luckily, there's gonna be a dawn yet again. Whereas on the other side, Hassan, look at how he knows his rules. He knows his roles and rules as well. He knows he needs to revive his teammate. Non-stop gaming on the other side, getting closer to HTG. Now, can they do something special over here? Because Anubhav is one of their strongest players. I hope to see him perform. Whereas Mokria is going to be the same kind of a hooligan for the side of HTG. Let's see what's going to happen. Struggle is going to give away his location, and from a distance, Bahari is going to put him down. Can he get a confirmation, or is it going to be stolen? No, he gets the confirmation. At AZTEC also gets taken down. Anubhav also gets taken down. It seems like Team Elite are having a feast from a distance.
Yeah, and Manu has just 1 HP, literally 1 HP, and he's been finished off by Old Monk. My goodness, extremely low, no way to get out of there. Now, Team Elite, while they've stolen away the finish from HTG, they can also gatekeep HTG. They not only steal away their bread, but also take their lives. Team Elite playing this very smartly. They've left Bahari outside of the zone, while the rest of his teammates are already covering the southwest entrance. This could be a double sandwich. Great spread by Team Elite. Let's see how this pans out. For now, you have another fight in another sector. This is towards the southwest, actually. K98 and Total Gaming are trying to get inside, but TSG are taking shots at they see RNX. There's so many fights going on at the same time. Even STG are full sending it onto Abhay. But through the heal gun,
Oh, nice
CR are trying to keep
grenade.
themselves alive. The nade actually knocks out Anuman. Adib and Hassan try to make it inside. Both of them will meet their makers. TSG clean up this entire side of the circle and they see RNX at the same time.
Krish making that 1v3 look so easy. One with the grenade and the other two with the shotgun. Rushes in using a Tatsuya and makes everything look so simple. Whereas on the other side, we have Team Elite who have held on to their lures for long enough. Now they'll have to make it inside the circle, which is completely controlled by the side of TSG. Look at that mini-map. And PVS as well. They've not gained many eliminations, but all they've done is grab attention of every other team inside the circle. Now, that could be a bit of a problematic situation for them.
A bit?
Oh yes,
A
bit.
lot.
The reason why I'm calling it bit is Pahari from the other side. Can he land another headshot over here? Waiting for that moment. But he gets 1-2 shots connected. Still waiting for some more. It seems like there seems to be some kind of an ability being used by the opponents. HTG survives that assault from the side of TE. Now PVS in deep trouble as Team TE is trying to push in against them.
TE clashing against PVS. They both go in towards the northern side of the zone, but TSD and STG are facing each other towards the south. Two extremely important teams battling each other. Siddharth, however, has been separated from his teammates, and Hrithik trying to deep charge. They're using the cover fire, which will nullify all the throwables. This ability is insanely good because ESG's nades are being nullified, but you can't nullify their bullets. Hrithik dives in first, trying to get the high ground over the glue wall so that he can get HTG. HTG dip inside the tent, save themselves from the sandwich. Now PVS and Team Elite are also about to finish their fight, so TSG need to wrap it up soon. Luckily, none of these teams are third-partying each other. They're actually separated by both of them. Wow, such focus. Team Elite will be focused on by PVS. They can completely destroy TSG. Now ignoring STG since they're inside, will finally get inside. They tank the blue zone damage and get inside their tent. But this blue wall is separating them so much. PVS outside the tent will not care. They will nade anyone that they see. They don't care who's inside or outside the tent. The whole area will be covered by them. HTG, how on earth are they still alive? Everybody's trying to knock on their doors. Everybody's saying, let me in. And PVS said, screw that tent. We don't want any part of it. Let's finish Kar98 first. They've got so much of the zone. Look at that. This entire side of the fence, it's all owned by Kar98, Arka.
PVS on the other side is still pushing in towards the side of TSG. They've done the job so far brilliantly and they want to end this on a good note. Whereas Kar98 on the other side, they're trying to play it as safe as possible because they know they don't need to chime in unnecessarily. TSG, the way they've ruined the game of Total Gaming amongst that fight is also commendable. TSG will now have the last man standing. They've got around 12 eliminations already, if I'm not wrong. Yes, there it is, 14 eliminations. And Legend, the last man, with no first stage whatsoever, is just going to give another elimination point towards the side of PVS, who are looking very, very bad until now. Seems to be that big lions in the lobby.
The lions have been decapitated, and now the sheep herd together. It's actually unfair calling them sheep, calling them any sort of animals. They're all thinking like gods at this point. In eerie silence, the calm that follows the storm. You can finally hear that calm because TSG, who were on the outside, have been eliminated. They had no place to call home. And when the lobby leaders are out, everybody else takes this chance to shine. Moments until they must abandon this tent. Just mere 20 seconds and HTG will be out in the open again. But luckily, they don't have any noisy neighbors like PVS or Kar98. Kar98 and PVS can actually take shots at each other. Look at that. They're standing on the elevation to get that.
But you know what I love the most, Crips? The sound of the shuffling of that shotgun. HTG, they're all ready for it, and look at what they do. Use that Tatsuya capability with Casey coming in as well, making sure they come into the right corner of this hard compound. Now allowing the others to come in the open. PVS are going to be punished. One player gets taken down, immediately revived. I don't think so it's going to be easy because Kar98 are not bothering either of these teams. PVS, a glue wall melter also tossed in from the side of HTG. Can they take down the side of PVS?
PVS, they've been forced out into the open. At this point, they're vulnerable from both Kar98 and HTG. HTG have actually secured one of the best possible hard covers for themselves. How many glue walls do PVS have at their disposal? More melters will be thrown their way. And if not the melters, they will have to face HTGs themselves as they also are forced to relinquish the hard compound. PBS are going around the side. All these teams are going in circles. And finally, Eco will be circled upon, zeroed upon, and will be eliminated as well. All three players of PBS Gaming not at their full strength. Brady takes a bunch of damage, but just about dips back in cover. And now they're going up close and personal against Scar 98. The double knock from Mokulka and Lawyer. Both of them get so much done. The whole team has been eliminated. Pratik dives in first to get the second squad wipe. The third party is in full effect, and Moraka will be able to dip around his cover, breaking his ankles, making them forced to turn around, and HTG eliminate everybody. They held on to the hard compound for as long as possible and well around the circle to avoid all the fire. Played so well. Hello Telugu gamers, get the booyah.
Seems like they did say goodbye to their opponents, even though they are called Hello. Oh my goodness, what a gameplay they had. I mean, it's just that Car 98, they dug their own grave if you ask me. There were an opportunity for them to just rush in against the side of HTG, put an end to them, get those eliminations and then pounce on the weaker PBS. But PBS, what were they thinking? Trying to evade from a fight and then greedily running behind the team which they found was weak. But the backlines were so open that HTG, all they had to do was lay those shots perfectly on their heads. But this game from the side of HTG is going to be remembered for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. I mean, there's one thing that I did not notice during the main game, but later on in the highlights, we saw how Pratik dived outside the zone to get the backs of his opponents. That's how he was. That's how he was able to get all the best possible angles, and HTG win that fight. Oh my god, that was so good. Like at one point, I was so worried about them facing their opponents on the same side of the fence, but they held on to that tiny little broken wall so well.
Now I'm gonna go down to that fight itself, but before that, Total Gaming were looking so good from the get-go. Again, falls short from getting at least 10 to 15 points. Now, it's going to be important for all these teams to stay consistent, all because they did not have enough points on day one. But yes, TSG as well, they have their intent right. It's all about eliminations. They do not bother about anything else. They want to work on their firepower. They want all permutation and combinations to go right, because once they step into the next phase of this tournament, all they're going to do is fight, fight and fight.
They will continue fighting and they will never stop until the job is done. Rip and tear until it is over. But I was so amazed in this particular fight as well from Car 98 Army, you know. They were able to make sure that none of the third parties affect them, managed to isolate all of those, and they were just absolutely spot on, right? Yep. But as we go further in towards the other fights, Car 98 Army was stuck in a very awkward spot. And this is when PBS Gaming, they were focusing on two of these teams, both TSG and HTG. But somehow, PBS, they only managed to get around to TSG as they were outside. When TSG were eliminated, Car 98 faced them. And just as they do that, HTG take a tiny break, take a tiny breather before they continue the carnage. And that tiny little broken wall which they were able to find, Murakia was the one who secured that first, actually. He was the one who used that Tatsuya dash, dove into that space, secured it for his team. And it's not just the eliminations that make him the MVP, but it's also that dive that he was able to make early on. That's what helped him quite a lot. Even Pratik had the Tatsuya dash equipped. So Mokria, I'm sorry for the pronunciation. Mokria, he ran across first, even though he doesn't have that full dash equipped.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe he picked it up as a solo ability or something. But yeah, that double dive from HCG was really, really good.
I mean, it's good for us to say that if you let HTG breathe, they're going to breathe out fire. Just get them when you have that opportunity. Just imagine all they had to do was put in some grenades inside the tent, or probably use that FGL to make sure that they burn HTG behind the tent walls. But still, nobody dared to do it, and then guess what happened? They wrote history of getting that booyah. Whereas on the other side, we were able to see 4 eliminations coming in from the side of Pratik as well. Darshan, Lawyer, everybody have done a great job. When it comes to assists, when it comes to elimination, yes, Loer might not have many, but look at the number of assists. That shows that he was the person in the back line supporting his teammates pretty well.
Yeah, a lot of good support from him. 23 points for HTG Esports as they get the booyah. A lot of good eliminations towards the end. but take a look at TSG Army. Yes, they did not really stay alive longer than HTG and Kar98, but they still managed to get so many eliminations, and that's why they're at the second place in this particular game. Imagine what would have happened if they just stayed alive for a little longer, or maybe if they did not lose the race to the tent to HTG Esports. HTG managed to get in the tent before TSG could, and that's why TSG were forced out. They didn't have a place to call home. They were just out in the open. HTG won that race towards the tent, and that's why they win the whole game. Now imagine if PBS got there first. That would have been insane. But still, all of these teams are relatively close to each other. Kar98, Total Gaming, PBS, all of them about the 40-point mark. Team Elite, though, even though they were in the top 2, have now dropped to the 4th spot, not able to cross over the 40-point mark, which isn't a bad thing yet. They're not in danger yet.
But they've got a lot of opportunities. They've got 3 more maps. Just one good game can put them on the top of the table. But look at how close TSG is knitting themselves. Like 37 points. They know it's all about elimination. They know it's never about, trying to concentrate on that booyah. The mindset is so clear that let's concentrate on eliminations. If you're really good at it, obviously we'll end up at that booyah cross line. So that's how they're taking the game. Whereas on the other side, we have Total Gaming, who need to change their intent, if you ask me, because they're playing more circle centric. They're not trying to take those fights, whereas they have one of the strongest firepower lineup. We have got Mafia Bala, they've got Insane, Fauzi Ajay himself. When you look at this experienced lot, I still feel that they can convert those 4v4s better than anyone else in the lot.
Yeah, it's a distinct possibility. But in this particular fight, we saw how Team Elite were being prevented from being to convert those 4v4s into 4v3s, right? They were being stopped from doing that. We saw, I think it was PBS who did not let one of their teammates get finished off. And as soon as Team Elite managed to get a knock, no, I'm sorry, it wasn't PBS. My bad. Nancy was the one who was knocked.
Nancy,
I'm just starting to recall the game. Yeah, Nancy was the one who was knocked, and his teammates healed him with a heal gun.
It's PBS. It's PBS.
Yeah,
and I just loved it because Pahadi, just if he had got one more pixel over there, he would have finished him off. And as you correctly pointed out, it's all about the game sense, which we always refer to. It's about having that presence of mind. They knew that the only way to protect him at that point of time was to heal him until he gets into, some hard covers or behind the horizon. Everything was perfect coming in from the side of PVS. The only wrong decision which PVS made was try to hide behind after finishing off TSG. If they'd stepped out of cover, if they'd just challenged the side of HTG, who were already trapped behind that tent, they could have had a better result. But amongst all these things, I'm kind of disappointed with Team Elite because they extended that fight with PVS so long that TSG got involved into that fight. And TSG, the big problem, having the divided attention.
Yeah, and exactly why you can't afford to delay that fight for so long, right? Not only does that fight drag on for long enough to let TSG get a little bit of an advantage, get a couple of their own eliminations in, but also after you finish them off, you delayed the fight with HTG also for quite long. There was a fence which was dividing two of those teams from the third one. And if they forced a fight with HTG, they would have actually been in cover. There wouldn't have been much of a possibility of a third party.
Now, somewhere we also have to speak about how you maintain your resources in the game. Resource management. Just imagine, Kar98 had some 5 to 6 grenades in their hand. All they had to was lob it behind the compounds and make sure that they pick up as many eliminations as possible. Even they failed to, somehow register so many when it was lying right in front of them. But all of this, ladies and gentlemen, is just an analysis coming in from the desk. We're not going to continue blabbering because now we'll be heading into the next map of the day. It's going to be the map of Kalahari, the big deserty island, which is going to allow everybody, all the marksmen in this game, to actually showcase their talent. And speaking about marksmen, we got Pahari on our screen.
Pahari, one of the best marksmen from back in the day, still proving that he has what it takes. You saw those quick stitches. You saw those weapon cyclings that he was doing. Pretty good mechanical control, even though he's, approaching the older ages. Pahari, he was actually separated from his team. He was trying to land alone, but Non-Stop Gamers will actually crash land along with him. The rest of his teammates are facing B99.
Old Monk. Look at how Team Elite are starting things off. It seems like the old devil has woken up inside them. And they're facing their known enemies over here. Old Monk. Is that a treatment sniper? It seems like it is. And what he's doing right now is trying to take down a player with that. Anubhav on the other side is going to trade off Pahadi. Gets a confirmation as well. Old Monk and Mr. J, they need to change position. No need to take this fight. Needs to be careful, but still they go in for a fight. Shivam gets tagged off. Abhay comes in for cover. But Mr. J, what is he going to do? Had another opportunity out there, but Old Monk mixes it out. The Thompson, not able to be as mafia as possible.
Mr. J now forced a 1v1. Nice one. B99 have been completely eliminated. And this was a very important game for them.
Yeah.
They just scraped it through in the last game, got barely enough points to keep themselves afloat. And now that opportunity has been taken away from them yet again. Meanwhile, we got Black Flag Army and TCRNX. Now they face each other towards Mammoth. Hassan once again using the great movement of his to jump across the ribs, trying to get an angle onto Salu, but actually it's Hassan who finds Avijit. Now that's amazing. The person who was leading this team isn't even the one to make first contact. Ronan Negi about to go up against Salu as Salu is distracted. Wow! He just turns around, flick of the wrist, gets Ronan Negi and finishes him too. He saves himself from the second dive through. But he's getting pushed by two players at once, so Salu will eventually fall. But that was a flick and a half. That was crazy.
Oh yes, it's gonna be remembered. But again, it's a war fought half. And he needs to come back and win. He needs to come back and complete this war which he has started. Shibu on the other side, obviously, is going to be rushed on as the solo man for the team. TSG is not going to let them breathe. Again, 3 eliminations strong within the 3-minute marker of this game. And what a beautiful gameplay coming in from their side.
Indeed. Meanwhile, HTG, of course, they'll lick their wounds, get their player back up. But the moment they try to get Mokuya, he gets taken down again. Darshan, he does return fire, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. K98 and HTG are in quite danger. Lawyer also knocked down Darshan. He will be found as well. They confirm everything. Wait a second. That was a steal. P and Rose have stolen that frag away. Oh my lord. Total Gaming, they will be so mad at this.
Now forget about the madness. Now they're going to be wondering what HTG, how many players can they revive. The token shop is right there. But he had only 400. So he could revive just one player. HTG Pratik on the other side gets confirmed. Now Lower has got an opportunity. He needs to land somewhere safe, close to a recall tower. Not only get back his teammates, but also be prepared just in case something goes wrong.
And while Lawyer is going to run away, TG, they're going to be wondering what happened to the other team that was shooting him. They must be wondering where did B and Rose come from. At the same time, Lawyer has been spotted, so can he actually find a place to call home? Can he actually get away from this? For the time being, he can. Even Car98 will be very, very mad about that. But hey, at least he gets away, right? Because at one point, Car98 and Total Gaming were both trying to take pot shots at him. So yeah, that's a difficult situation to be in.
Now, he did move away from Refinery towards Maze, if I'm not wrong. And I did see a player, and there it is, Salu. Salu will have to try and tag off HTG as well. Let's see. It's a long way, whereas Team Elite on the other side landing over Arsenal. And this is open. They've got the key as well. And if this team has got the right kind of guns, if the inventory is full, oh my goodness. I can guarantee you in the lobby like this, they can do wonders. TSG are trying to challenge them, getting a bit more closer to them. And Arman knows this. Arman knows it very, very well. PVS, they're going to also come into this fray. And I wonder what's happening. TSG and PVS always end up targeting the same team in every single map.
Yeah, and Team Elite, they're in the pickle now. TSG also focusing on them. TSG actually did a split land with the launchers. So they tried to get away, but Olmonk's been found. He will at least be confirmed as well. Zap makes his escape. Pahari also just about gets away with his life, less than 25% health remaining. So Team Elite are at least out of the pickle. They bring back Old Monk. And at least they won't be targeted by two of the teams at the same time. But the moment I say that, Black Flag Army are trying to go up against them, Avijit will be instantly shut down. Team Elite, they're in a bit of danger. And now even Non-Stop Gaming have come in. TSC were so desperate to chase Team Elite, they forgot that there could be a fifth party situation over here as well. And now that Non-Stop Gaming have found something, they're going to dive inside. They don't know that they're diving in towards TSG and Team Elite both at the same time. They don't know who the second team is. Aztec's still trying to chase them. Look at that. But TSG get away. Dip behind the rocks just to make sure they don't get in the between those teams. So at least they're spread out, and they will also force the teams to relinquish their number advantage when they push them. But Aztec, even though he's alone, he dives in by himself. That is a lot of bravery from this young lad. Ayush,
absolutely, and
broken, and he will actually be found as well. Even Aztec goes down.
Yup, but you know, fortune favors the brave, right? And that's how the game needs to be played. Non-Stop Gaming playing it perfectly, and what a moment to strike. I never expected Hashtag to be so aggressive, but he's done it right. Whereas Team Elite now in deep troubles as the last man standing, Zap. He needs to play for possession points. He needs to also make sure that he revives his teammates. And I guess Anubhav, as well as his teammates, have a vague idea that there is someone close by in the vicinity.
Oh, they found Zap as well. No.
Takedown.
Nonabo with the triple takedown. And that reduces Team Elite down to just one man. They were already lacking plenty of coins, Arka. Non-Stop Gaming found the perfect time. I'm actually surprised TSG Army managed to walk away with so many. I thought they would actually be the first ones to go down before Team Elite. Here we have another fight though. EVS going up against Shadow Shooters. Shibu will be found, and that is yet another solo confirmed. Within a matter of 2 seconds, HTG and Shadow Shooter both have been eliminated.
PVS. I wonder what PVS mindset is right now. Because until now, they've been decently aggressive. They've also played for possession points. Obviously, they would have had more than 50 points for now. But what is their intent? Do they still want to continue holding the center of the circle? Just like Total Gaming were also trying to do the same. And if you look at this map as well, P and Rose, they're trying to get close. To be deployed. And now another location going to attract so much attention against the side of DR.
While DR are actually, trying to take this flatbed for themselves, they will use the... Okay, nice. Now, at least they have a little more information. The nanoclues used... They spot P and Rose. Who else are in the vicinity? They have Total Gaming, but they already had that information before, so it's not going to be anything new for them. They already knew about Total Gaming's position. They can also see that Kar98 were in the vicinity, but they can't really be sure if it's Kar98 or if it's just Total Gaming spread out. They won't have that access. Meanwhile, you have P and Rose. They're going to go across the other side of this entire circle, while they might run into Team Elite. At least they know for a fact that Team Elite are kind of spread out, right? So with that much information at their disposal, they should be able to force a battle now when Pahari and Zap are far away from the rest of their team main core. And the core is already under attack. Mr. Jai falls yet again.
No.
Can he be recovered? No, even Old Monk's been taken down.
No.
Oh my god. Katie God, he's actually behaving like one. Taking down so many.
And I wonder what's happening with Team Elite when they have everything perfect. Look at that. They had 7 eliminations. They were looking strong. They thought that they can do something good in this game. And eventually, one after another, they get taken down in the open. But yes, P and Rose, they did use the binoculars into the foundation region. They have nowhere to go. Whereas TSG as well, they've used another binoculars to make sure now they know the location of Non-Stop Gaming. Now, Team Elite yet again in deep troubles. Can they make it safely? As Mr. J gets taken down by Salu midair, his teammate will have to go somewhere else. Oh no! Olmok also gets taken down.
And that's a lot of trouble for Team Elite. They spent so much to get their players back. Pahari yet to be found. P and Rose are searching every nook and cranny, clearing out this entire region, making sure the sweep is complete. While Legend will be brought back, this should be good news for TSG, but not all of them are in the clear just yet. Not out of the woods. They still have to get inside. But Pahari continues to stay outside the zone. P and Rose are still on the lookout for him, but take a look at this. This might just save Pahari. Desi RNX are diving in. Who are they running away from? They were running away from Total Gaming, and now they land very close to P and Rose as well. This could be a lot of trouble.
Oh, Total Gaming, the way they're standing and firing, it looks like a shot from KGF movie. You know, all of them just standing in a line and trying to take down one team. So much of pressure against the side of Team Desi RNX. But can Total Gaming pull off something good over here? Because now they'll have to also make it inside the circle. Now you have Mafia from a distance who's also having their eye on Desi RNX. This could be deep troubles just in case Total Gaming don't choose to get inside the circle, but choose elimination points rather.
Indeed. But at the same time, Total Gaming, if all their eliminations, all their damage isn't being converted, they only have one finish. P and Rose, on the other hand, managed to get their due. They've got 8 eliminations. They're pretty happy with whatever's happening over here. They will use the Danaklers again. They will find the information of Desi RNX only. Black Flag Army have left the vicinity. They went all the way outside the zone to try and get inside. But they will have to face their own demons later on. And take a look at this. While K98 are somewhat in the open, they have a tiny amount of space for themselves only. Ah, no. Poor guy, Pahari. He tried to make a dive inside the zone. He tried to call his teammate back in as well, but Zap18 will be sent back before he can enter the lobby again. Struggle, and on about both of them falling. Oh my god, this dive was so cost for Non-Stop Gaming. It's just Aztec left, and there's people waiting for him inside. This compound was being targeted by so many teams, and now Black Flag Army and NG crash against each other. Black Flag trying to go outside, and B and Rose are reaping all the reward, getting every single point out of this place.
P and Rose, they're making everybody pay, but they need to understand if they don't make it inside the circle, they might have a taste there of their own medicine. As now they'll have to push in. BFA Salu from a distance is trying to do his best to backstab the side of P and Rose. The UAV is got to be deployed to check how many players of the opponents are alive. And sad news for them because 3 players are all active, healed up and ready. Rose now need to be careful because they're going to be shot at from 2 different directions, and slowly Desi RNX are trying to come in from a different angle altogether. 9 finishes strong as P and Rose, Lucy and Sile are the 2 men standing. No matter how many blue walls they're going to be putting in, they're going to be shot at from all different directions. Grenades are also going to be launched in. And look at what happens with the blink of an eye. We're able to see that P and Rose are also receiving end of things. PFA also comes in closer. Shanky gets taken out. Lewis, a 1v2 situation. Can he sing the songs of death?
And Desi RNX don't care about who's inside. They're just going to send in their drills to make sure that everybody is taken down. Blue wall melters from above actually ends up favoring Black Flag Army. They are able to find the few hidden stragglers. And now Desi RNX dives straight inside. Hasan wins the duel, and he's able to finish off a Vijit. Melee also used. Black Flag Army are out, and this compound belongs to Desi RNX. On the other side, K98 used a bunch of glue balls to get their players back up. While PBS Gaming have the hard compound, they have the hard little rock for themselves. They don't know that Party is still behind them. Team Elite is waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike.
Exactly. I wonder how come that one player of Team Elite is still alive over here. Same goes for the side of Total Gaming. But he has a vague idea that Car98 knows his location. Finally, Mr. J gets taken down. You know, PVS, they would have been wondering how come we let one more lion breathe right behind us. But again, PVS Gaming showing us consistency as they make it again into the top 3. With Total Gaming trying to make it inside the circle. Desi RNX have all 4 men standing. PVS with 2, Car98 with just 3. And Farhan is going to put an end for the side of Total Gaming. This makes it easy, ladies and gentlemen. PVS just walking into another crosshair. It's just going to end as well. Car98 versus the side of Desi RNX. Can Desi RNX replicate another good one?
Yeah, they were trying to dive for that little rock over there, but they undershot their launch pad. Car98, so much utility being thrown upon them. They're being airstruck, snow-struck. Yahasan and Adib dive outside the blazon to get them. Oh my lord. We saw this in the last game as well, and we see it again. They see RNX with the dive outside the play zone, get the angles, get them from behind the glue walls, and they take that booyah.
An amazing booyah as well. I really loved every bit of that gameplay coming in from the side of the ACR and X. Strike when given an opportunity. Do not overextend yourself in fights. And these were the moments where they actually showed us some brilliance. Yes, initially it was the other teams who were trying to make it inside the circle, so they took down the PBS. And when they understood now is the time for them to strike, look at the number of throwables they carry. Adib has got 3 grenades. Glue wall melters coming in from all different directions. This is called carpet bombing.
Yeah, total carpet bombing, man. This was like a military strike, drone strike ordered upon them. Except they don't need drones; they can just toss them with their own hands, confirm and condemn their enemies to that fate with their own very palms. So that's actually quite brilliant. Also, we saw this in the previous game as well, how like Hello Telugu Gamers also dove outside the zone. We saw Desi RNX do the same. It seems like whenever you've got your team just pinned against the blue and they're just using glue walls to enter in inch by inch, you can just dive behind the glue wall. And if you got the Tatsuya dashes equipped, then you can actually take your opponents by surprise.
Absolutely, because just imagine you have a glue wall in front of you and you see a player coming right behind you. You can't put a glue wall behind you. You're going to be trapped and the blue zone is just going to eat you up. So you will have to make sure that you make it inside the circle. But to Team Elite, you have to give credits to their valiant effort, because every single time the team got taken down, they made sure that one or the other person gets revived. And Mr. J tried to survive until the final moments. But TSG, this is where they just turned violent throughout the game. Every single team in front of them, all they knew is one thing: elimination.
P and Rose, though, I can't help but think how lucky they were to get so many finishes just served to them on a silver platter. So many teams were diving in their general direction without even knowing that they're in so much danger. So yeah, a lot of unforced errors resulted in a bunch of early finishes for P and Rose. But yeah, they did eventually lose some of their players, so they did not make it into the top 3. Now, Black Flag Army, they were doing so well for themselves, right? Until they managed to dive a compound where they will face these 2 people. They found the few stragglers from Team Elite, but I do believe that in that one compound where everybody was diving towards the end, Black Flag Army was coming out with a lot of advantage.
I just love that sniper shot. You take down players from Team Elite with a sniper. It's so rude. It sounds so hungry for eliminations. Whereas on the other side, Black Flag Army, they were stuck behind this compound. All they could do is try to put up a fight for the longest time possible. Whereas P and Rose, they took advantage of it. But these were the final moments of the game, where Khan98 with 10 eliminations, when they had to make it inside the circle, all they could do was give away their eliminations. With this, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be looking at the most valuable player of this game. Yes, it's going to be Adib. 3 eliminations, but 3 important ones.
Yeah, impact fragging. Some of the most important eliminations from him. Desi RNX, I mean, they did not really need to do much towards the end. A lot of the teams were quite weak by the time they got around to facing Desi RNX, and then they were able to use their timing to perfection, catch their opponents when they're at their weakest. They basically carpet bombed their opponents in the end. So many throwables, all of them being deployed at the same time. You can't deal with that. It's just way too much pressure. And if that's not enough, while you're already slow with all the freeze grenades, they dive behind you and break your ankles. It's absolutely stunning to see them at work.
I'm just thinking about what the overall standing is going to look like. I'm just getting carried away. I'm sorry, but after so much action taking place, and we have several teams picking up booyahs one after another, and the consistent team so far has only been PVS, who have not got any kind of booyahs. Now, that itself shows that sometimes you need to concentrate on just trying to make it into the top 12 and nothing more. Yes, the team who took away the booyah have got more assists than eliminations, but whatever they could attain, they've done a decent job. A total of 4, 3, 7 to 9 to 11 eliminations in total, whereas the damage is not much. They were clinical.
Clinical indeed. But with all of this eliminations, DCRNX should be able to keep themselves even more secure. Not that they were in much danger to begin with. DCRNX were actually doing quite well for themselves. In fact, with this thing, they might even put themselves in the running to be the leaders of the day. They walk away with 23 points in this game. Car 98 Army, nice game by them as well. 10 eliminations. Black Flag Army, I can't help but think that they would have been much better off if they managed to stay alive inside that compound, because they were unnecessarily dove upon by Non-Stop Gaming. And you see, Non-Stop Gaming do end up paying the price for it. They ruined their own game. I mean, 9 points is still impressive, but Black Flag Army could have had a much better game if Non-Stop Gaming didn't challenge them in the compound. TSG Army got in between a rock and a hard place. Still respectable 14 points for them. Same with Team Elite. In fact, one of the players managed to survive for so long. I was actually surprised that, you know, that solo guy managed to live on. Now let's take a look at the standings.
Yes, look at this. All of a sudden, we're able to see that everybody are crunching down numbers until the 7th position. Everybody are close to 50. Whereas, yes, HTG, Non-Stop Gaming, P and Rose, Batch 99, if they do not wake up in the next 2 games, I don't think so they can cross the line of being in the top 12.
Yeah, that's going to be really, really difficult. Being in the top 12 in the overall standings as well is going to be quite difficult. And Shadow Shooter haven't had much luck today. Just because they had decent enough games previously does not mean that they can afford to go lax today. So they will have to wake up in the last 2 games indeed. But for now, let's take a look at the people who are at the absolute tippy top. Let's take a look at the eliminations leader. Sadak, still untouched. Very close to getting 40 finishes by himself. Legend and Krish, both of them at the 2nd and 3rd place respectively. The 2 players from TSG are in close pursuit. At this point, TSG are just fighting amongst themselves. They've already got the top 3 players in the top 5, right? I mean, out of all of these guys, out of the top 5 players, all 3 spots at the top belong to TSG. So nobody else even matters right now.
Wait a minute. The total amount of eliminations over here itself shows that they've crossed the 100 marker. 39, 34, 37. 39, 34 and 33. That itself makes it that TSG have officially crossed the 100 marker when it comes to the total eliminations. That's a crazy number because several teams are still trying to cross the 100 marker overall, and there's this one team just going bonkers, picking up fights here and there and getting those eliminations. A good game coming in from the side of TSG yet again.
Yeah, an excellent game, and they've been so good. Like, yeah, sure, in the last 2 games we've talked about how TSG got unlucky towards the end. They didn't manage to survive. I mean, sure, they're in the top 5, but they don't often get the booyah. But guess what? They don't need it. Out of the top 5 players in the whole tournament, top 3 are from the same team.
Yeah.
When all 3 of your players are firing on all cylinders, why do you need anyone else? The 4th player of TSG, yeah, sure, they're not in the top 5, but do they even need to be there? No, absolutely not.
I have nothing to say, my friend. When I see an impressive gameplay, all I do is just zip my mouth, sit and enjoy the game. But again,
Your kind of job is to cast, but okay, you're a dog, but okay. It's a job to talk, bro, but okay. I understand. They left it completely speechless.
Yeah, and that is why I said I only zip it when it's a good game. We have 12 others in the 16. We have 12 others who are not performing well, so I can get back to my talking, technically. So yes. The bottom teams, a bit of a concern. In that, especially when we saw Desi Army, who played their 12 games and did not have much in the overall standing, will now have to look upon a new tournament altogether. Batch 99, who are in the bottom, yes, they still have 2 more games, but they need big ones because they'll have to cross at least 120 pointer if they have to make it through. Amongst all these things, we're able to see that Total Gaming and PVS are still trying to be consistent. But with this, ladies and gentlemen, I guess before we crunch down more numbers, we're going to be taking a short break, allowing my other co-caster to come in. Till then, share it among your friends. See you guys on the other side.
क्लच दिखलाने मस्ताने यार हे आए हैं छोरे धूम मचाने क्लच खिलाने मस्ताने यार
कुड़िया भी हाजिर है रंग जमाने रश करने को हरदम तैयार
तूफान बन के लड़ लीडर बन के बढ़ लगा के ग्लू वॉल और हेड शॉट लगा अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे छाया रे फ्री फायर फीवर छाया रे अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे छाया रे फ्री फायर फीवर छाया रे अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे ग्रैंड मास्टर बन या फिर कर तू किल चोरी बदमाशी कर ले लॉल इमोट से
स्नाइपर लेकर बन जा शिकारी थोड़ा फ्लैंक करके कवर तो दे
डट के लड़ना है बच के रहना है एक ही एचपी पर कर ले बुया 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 अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे छाया रे फ्री फायर फीवर छाया रे अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे छाया रे फ्री फायर फीवर छाया रे अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे अलारे फ्री फायर पे दिल अलारे
Dive into a reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into a reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win.
Coming in, don't hit pause. Owning it like the boss. We taking care of the job like we got that. Going in for the chase, about to go celebrate. We can take home first place like first and 10.
Out in this world we can explore anything we want to the core. So come on, we'll play this game. Show all your skills, bang, bang.
Let's raise the bar, ready to stop, we'll never stop. Together we're off the chart.
No doubt we will get that, get that. Roll out, never sit back, sit back.
Raise the bar, ready to stop, we'll never stop. Together we're off the chart.
Yeah, I bet you will show more your skills. Dive into a reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into a reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win.
No matter what, we will weather any storm when we're together. We can always aim for more. Yeah, it's that bang bang we're on fire.
Set the tone like it's set in stone. Dive into a reality. Yeah, we can shape our own fantasy. Do it all, no adversity. Set the tone like it's set in stone. Set in stone. Bang, bang, we win. Set in stone. Set the tone like it's set in stone.
Fire, yeah. Could've never faced this alone. Keep my head up and breathing low. Put my heart with the ones I know. Ones I know.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to FF Max Skyesports Pro League. My name is Crips, and with me is Tanya. The last two games of the day are going to be extremely chaotic and extremely important. All of these teams have only these two games remaining to get inside the top 12, Tanya. 6 of these teams will be eliminated.
Well, talking about total 6 teams, the teams that concerns me the most are Total Gaming, PVS Gaming, Hello Telugu Gamers, Team P and Rose, Team Elite, Non-Stop Gaming. Still, there's room of opportunity, but anybody can be pushed down, anybody can buckle up as well. And talking about the cemented spots, for sure, I feel TSG, Army Team, Vavasio, and Assassin Army. Well, these three teams might be at top three, and with that, if we talk about the MVP leaders, they all five players are coming in from these three teams. TSG Army playing today, Team Vasio and Assassin Army not being part of the day, but still spotted in MVP ticks over and over time.
Yeah, these guys have been performing like absolute MVPs. In fact, I'm kind of excited to see which one of them will take away the solo MVP award, which one of them will walk away with the Predator award. So far, it looks like anybody who is a part of this game, anybody who is a part of this entire tournament will not be able to get that individual award for themselves. Only the players of TSG Army will take those away. Now, which one of them takes it away, it doesn't matter, but the money is going towards them, towards that team. Now, all of those guys are competing within themselves, an internal competition between TSG to see which one of them can get both the awards, if at all, any.
The title and trophy, if everything comes home, what remains for other team? I mean, what are they all fighting for? I believe these two maps should bring in some change to the lobby. And talking about it, well, the lobby has changed a lot. Team Elite finally has buckled up. We are getting to see some at least close plays, except for getting eliminated very early on in the bottom three. So they are not playing restrictive for them. Furthermore, they are not trying to be just safe until final circle. They are ready to engage in and fight, and this is all exactly they have to do. I believe two good maps around 20 points at least from both the matches for Team Elite should be enough to qualify. And talking about Team Total Gaming, they've also been doing good today.
Yeah, Total Gaming were at the start of the day at the 12th position. So the 12th position, they're just barely in there. They're on the border of getting in the next phase of the tournament. But I think with their current performance, they should definitely be fine, right? They're not in much danger. There's still plenty of teams behind them. But Team Elite, even though they've been performing reasonably well, they still have a lot of room to cover. Can they finish it off in next Terra? We'll find out in just a few seconds as we're going to be taking off over the 5th map.
The map of next Terra, the map of a lot of seasons, may it be autumn, may it be snow, one of the most beautiful map in Free Fire Max. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the game 5 for Skyesports Pro League Free Fire Max Flight, where Team Total Gaming is already planning to land in there, and then comes the switch of heart. They do not wish to go all together, and the spread out is going to be a little chaotic, because I do see northwestern part being highly contested by total of 3 teams: Badge 99, Black Flag Army, Team Total Gaming, and on the other side it's going to be Team Shadow Shooters near Twin Bridge. And if we talk about my favorite, Farmtopia, Team Elite are very nearby. But here we go, the first elimination should be spotted anytime soon, because Black Flag Army is all ready to go.
Yeah, but they are the ones going down. Avijit, he suffers the first knock. A trade comes through, but Aman and Abhay are gonna be so difficult to deal with. Avijit has been picked back up, and now Mafia's wondering what happened to his teammates. They had the advantage at one point. They had plenty of finishes as well, but Mafia does go down all by himself in that little house. Yeah, Black Flag Army, they're going to actually get to him. So both of these teams are somewhat on the equal footing. They can get their players back up, and they both have 3 eliminations as well. Yeah, great stuff.
1 minute and the entire squad getting eliminated. Now this is again a fastest battle between group A and C, because I considered myself and I read it like group B was the main reason for early fights, early eliminations. Today's day have been the most passive day, about all teams trying to just survive within the lobby. But P and Rose has got plan of their own. Team Total Gaming's player will be put to sleep to be revoked in no time. Now that is some sort of a quick elimination points, but Mafia will have to follow with the struggle of getting best of loots. Now that's fine until and unless you're back in the lobby to pick up fight. P and Rose are in different sort of energy. They are trying to pin down everyone. Black himself is enough to shut Hacker, and it is Avijit who needs to heal himself up and pick the battle.
Yeah, but can he pick himself up though? Hacker will be finished off. Abhijit once again facing all
Uh-oh.
3 players at once. No chance he's getting out of there alive. Shanky and Sallu also caught by themselves. Shanky surviving by just 4 HP. Healed himself a little bit, but just enough for a bullet. Meanwhile, in Grav Labs, we have a completely different fight. This is DBS versus Star 98. Inside the Grav Labs, you've got players jumping up and down. Yeah, and that's what happens when you try to land on top of that place. The lack of gravity will make movement so difficult, make you such an easy target for the pickings.
Over to that, UAV was deployed. A lot of information was already spotted, and now it is Hestack who is going to push against HTG. Darshan down on his knees. He will be eliminated. 11 teams still in the lobby. Now talking about Black Flag Army's last person to stand on his feet. All his target is to just survive and revive his teammate. On the other side of the map, though, non-stop gaming getting 3 eliminations, and now going for the safer bet towards the safe zone. Going in for binoculars, no enemy spotted, and HTG will revive Darshan. Now it's very early on because you very well know everybody has the opportunity to get the revive through the revival point. So it's like very immediate. The player gets down and it's the repetition of revival. I believe Pahari takes down one, and again Lawyer should be back in no time, and he is.
Yeah, so HTG have been able to recover Lawyer. That's pretty cool. But my only problem over here is they will have to go around looting all over again, and they are already being approached by non-stop gamers. Meanwhile, let's take a look at this one. Desi RNX on such a nice high ground. They can shoot at Team Elite underneath them, but they're being getting shot by other teams who are on the different high grounds as well.
This RNX, Ronnie Negi is trying to choke all players on the upper ground. Will it be enough? They're on the banner. It reminds me of one of the tournaments where Team Elite did this. This time it is Team Total Gaming, Mafia Bala with only cover of blue walls. How long will they be able to survive on this banner? Let's see, because it's about height advantage right now. Desi RNX have also captured one of the towers. They are fighting mid-air on the best of towers that they have possessed. Who survives where, only time will show us. But Team Total Gaming has already earned 4 elimination points and they are squad strong. On the course, Sallu successfully goes ahead, revive all three teammates in no time, and now it is a split. Their players are trying to go down because Team Total Gaming is not allowing the tower on the other end to be contested by anyone, and they are taking down player by player, and Nox will be revived in no time. This is a long range duel. It's all about burning your reserves, about loot, and nothing much. Sure you knock them, sure you deliver damage out of no result. All the players are revived in no time.
But while Total Gaming can take pot shots at everybody, Team Desi RNX will be in a bit of danger. They have split their players in different spots. And right now, 3 of them are taking on the full force of Team Elite. Their 4th player has to provide cover from afar, but will he be able to find angles? Desi RNX jump back out of the house where they will be in more range of their players. But take a look at this. They're going to climb up again to the balcony. They use the glue wall as cover and they try to invade from the outskirts of this house. Team Elite, though, are locking the doors. They're biting this as a bait, and they're going to go all the way around the outside, hoping to flank. They're still unable to continue this. And while this fight is going on, take a look at every other team that's around them. There's so much potential for a third party, as both these teams must finish off this fight very, very soon. And Olmong finally pushes the advantage in their favor. That was such a massive stalemate towards that balcony.
Freeze bomb to deny the entry on the upper grounds here, but they have found a different route using blue walls, jumping through it, through the balcony, trying to get the entry in the compound of Team Elite. But Team Elite have already got an escape plan. They do not want to hold that compound for any longer. Instead, now it is Olmong who's going to rush in, 3 players down on their knees and should be eliminated in no time, and they get 3 elimination points, and it was very quick. 2 players using Tatsuya switching the compounds where team were behaving a little laid back because they were not expecting 2 players to just push out of nowhere because they had placed corrected blue walls. They stopped the push with the freeze bombs, and this strategy worked ultimately nice in favor of Team Elite. Nicely played, nicely planned and nicely executed. PN Rose being the topper in terms of elimination. And talking about Desi RNX, they've lost two players. Team TSG Army, no eliminations as well as no loss of players. They are going a little passive, but they actually don't need to do that. They are fine enough in a strong position. They can definitely grab an advantage here to destroy somebody else's game.
Yeah, TSG and Non-Stop Gamers. Take a look at them. They're both trying to take the same spots for rotation. At the same time, as NG go flying in, TSG will actually spread out and try to isolate these gunfights. While they both are doing this, Krish from TSG is not anywhere in this area. He's a little far away from this fight, so he will have to find a way to become relevant really quickly. If not, Non-Stop Gamers will continue staying on this high ground and continue staying safe. They also have a nice split. 2 up, 2 low. Will they be able to find the players of TSG as this becomes a game of hide and seek now? While Krish is away from this area, he will have to find a way to pick off one of these players without them knowing. And this awkward stalemate will be becoming even more awkward when they realize that they will have to make it into the zone and find BFA at the center. They've acquired the bridge for themselves. And here we go. This is what we were waiting for. Sidak and Legend take the charge. They push right in, but they lose their lives. And I don't think there's a chance for them to come back online now. TSG will lose these players for good. Non-Stop Gamers continue to hold the spot.
Ayush using zipline to go out of sight. He wants to survive for as long as possible, and why not? No matter if you are on number one, you still want to gain a little extra point. And two players, two players immediately revved. And now it's all about PN Rose against Team Elite. Same compound again. Old Monk played very well by crossing the compound with Tatsuya. Are we going to have a deja vu moment?
I don't know about deja vu. This is a fresh nightmare, Tanya. You've never seen the likes of this before. Old Monk, while he's trying to find an advantage with the TPP, even Zap is trying to do so. These two players will mark their opponents right across. And I think it's going to be Mr. Jai who tries to keep a look inside the circle. TSG and Non-Stop Gamers, both of them are kind of outside the zone, so they have to make it inside. But how will they do it? They only have that one bridge that BFA had captured available. And even then, they won't be able to get to the high ground unless they use launch pads. I'm also kind of worried what would happen if Non-Stop Gamers make it across into towards that bridge, and then they start getting shot at by SS, by shadow shooters. They are also kind of outside the zone. They also have to make their way in. But take a look at this. While these three neighbors in three different houses stay silent, stay very amicable, I can't say the same for everyone else. They will be in a lot of danger. PN Rose, Team Elite, Total Gaming. All three hold their horses, hold their compounds.
And they do not want to involve in any fight, and why should they? They have got the circle, they have got the compound, they have got everything that they exactly need. And what the team that actually needs to enter the circle is Shadow Shooter, one of the most passive teams, landing way farther away from the circle and from every other opponent. But what is PVS up to? They've got the height advantage, they know exact position of the opponent, and they are trying to deliver damage, particularly Nancy. He is delivering a lot of damage, but it is not enough to get the knock. Advantage of height or no height, heal gun will be immediately used, and the players are again in full of HP.
HTG inch their way closer, but PVS have a more lucrative target. On the other side of the zone, you had a massive fight going on between SS, but at least one of those other teams, Car 98 Army and the SKRNX, will be knocked. SS now in full view of Total Gaming, in quite a lot of danger. They're also getting shot at by Non-Stop Gamers, and this is what happens when you rotate late. Shadow Shooters are losing all of their players except for one. Survived by just the last man. Nancy finds the advantage. Even Black Flag Army is in a bit of danger now. They did not expect this. They're trying to keep him alive. Shoot him with the heal gun. They pick him back up. The team ability really coming in handy right now. PVS Gaming had the high ground over two of these teams, and they still can't confirm any eliminations. Imagine having so much advantage, but people give you nothing to work with.
Everybody is going very safe right now. Everybody wants to go ahead, make a move towards Booyah. But it's just 8 minutes remaining, and if everybody is deciding to go ahead and grab Booyah, I believe the final circle is going to be ultimate chaotic. if there's any definition to the maximum number of chaos, that's going to be it. And here we go with some swirls hopping in. TVS upper ground advantage is bringing them no good as of now. Instead, it is going to be non-stop gamers who have elevated way above beyond PVS, and they are trying to exchange some shots. No damage in exchange. They are just losing their health kits, their mid kits. Instead, Yogi is down, will be revived in few seconds. And now PVS has got their own plans. All the plan is let's go down and take a rotation.
Yeah, take a look at Non-Stop Gamers. PVS thought they had the height advantage, but they don't anymore. Non-Stop Gamers have a better high ground, and that Flag Army, they are diving across into the zone. They're trying to take the same compound where P and Rose reside, but they won't go inside the compound just yet. They're safe on the outskirts. No other team can shoot them from behind, but Utility can still harm them. HTG in way too much danger. Under the bridge is not safe anymore because two teams will shoot them down, and Black Flag Army continue to push the envelope. Oh my god, they actually invade the house. They shoot down PVS. But here comes the third party, and they will be so happy about this. P and Rose also in a lot of danger right now. P and Rose, Sahil will be found. Shadow Shooters also eliminated, and Team Elite realized this is the advantage we were waiting for. Can we knock on the doors? Can we get inside the house? The glue walls are keeping them outside for the time being, but Zap finds the elimination, finds the entry, and he will take both the compounds for themselves. Team Elite, they prey upon the weak, and this passage closes down upon their enemies.
Well, the Team Elite again playing around this compound, but yes, it was a semi-deja vu moment. Sure, P and Rose were actually bulldozed with the amount of push that came against them. 3 teams remaining, three players for non-stop gaming. Team Elite as well as Team Total Gaming. They all want to qualify. So it is the final circle. 13 seconds and the circle takes its shift. In which direction does it go? Will the hard compound of Team Elite allow them to hold that position, or the height advantage for Team Non-Stop Gamers? Is it going to create them some good time to survive, or it is all about the Team Total Gaming, who is just on an open area, no hard compound, no height advantage? It is all with the glue walls that they are depending upon. See, having a look at it right now, if Non-Stop Gaming goes ahead and gives in some throwables, entire Total Gaming will struggle. But they are going very slow. They do not wish to do such thing.
They don't want to do such a thing. Not yet. The calm before the storm once again, Tanya. Reload your guns, cock your weapons, take a count of all your utility, take stock of the inventory, and also take stock of your enemy's position. Struggle doesn't do that. He doesn't account for Total Gaming. Gives away his life, and Non-Stop Gaming down to 2.
2 players. They are going as slow as possible, waiting for the circle to shrink in. About in which direction is it shrinking? They need their answers before they make a move. Except for Team Elite, looks very comforted. They don't want to bring in any changes because whatever they have done here in the map of Next Terra has worked exactly fine. Lower grounds, upper grounds divided between Non-Stop Gaming and Team Total Gaming. Total Gaming squad strong. Same goes for Team Elite. Non-Stop Gaming, they want to just hold. They have got the upper. They are waiting for the shrink to come in and the players to move up and open, and they get those placement, the elimination points, and place also secure the second position to get those 9 placement points. But they've planned a lot. I don't think that circle is going to be so supportive, and that too second last game for the day on the final days of knockout stage. I mean, it's very it's something that doesn't align. Nothing is going to be easier here.
Absolutely nothing. I mean, this is such a difficult spot to be in. At one point, Non-Stop Gaming had the height advantage. They were able to get plenty of shots onto every single team that they could set their eyes upon. Now, that same high ground advantage has landed them in some hot water. If they get out of here, they will be shot by both Team Elite and Total Gaming. And they're already taking shots before they even get down. Pahadi tries to go outside the zone, hoping to just scout a couple of players out. Doesn't find much of an advantage. But they've already deployed some glue wall melters, ready to intercept them as they land. When will Non-Stop Gaming give up their height? I mean, they will be pushed out by the zone eventually. Team Elite have to give up their first compound. The second compound also now forcing them into the open. They're still worried about getting shot from the top, but Total Gaming can also make things difficult. Pahadi down. tiny bit of cover from the tree won't keep them safe, but returning fire upon Manu will definitely keep you safe. Now that's an advantage for NG. They keep themselves alive. More blue ball melters deployed, and this will open Team Elite up to Total Gaming as well. And now they are in so much danger. Old Monk, not able to use his grenade launcher in time, will be taken down before he can make a move. Mr. Giant Zap, all trying to throw down, but here comes NG. They make landfall. They give up the high ground and they've taken an exit. Total Gaming actually managed to destroy them to their wits, destroy their brains and their brawn. Zap now in a 1v3, trying to isolate the fights. Cannot do so. Total Gaming get the booyah.
This is going to be their second booyah for the day, and they are giving all that they have to just qualify towards the grand finals for Skyesports Pro League Free Fire Max. And it was a good strategy. They did not engage in any sort of fight. They wanted the players to push in. When I believe it was non-stop gaming as well, they were the advantage here for them, sharing the upper and lower ground. As soon as Team Lead just pushed out, it was all about non-stop gaming, starting to use blue wall melters as many possible and left Team Elite in open. That is exactly where Team Total Gaming also rushed in, and last but not the least, that is exactly where Team Non-Stop Gaming jumped down. So the Team Total Gaming has two feasts to follow, one from Team Elite and the second coming in from side of Team Non-Stop Gaming. It was all win-win for Team Total Gaming to just survive, and it was just not the survival, but it was also the passion to qualify.
Yeah, I mean, at one point you would have doubted their passion, but with 2 booyahs in the single day, I think they've more than secured a good enough amount of points to get into the top 12, and I think they might just be closer to top 6 right now, not just top 12. But you gotta appreciate the hard work the Team Elite also put in. I mean, at a point I thought Non-Stop Gamers would have to drop down, and the moment they drop down, both Team Elite and Total Gaming would focus on them. But because Total Gaming were directly under Team Non-Stop Gamers, Total Gaming did not face any more shots from them. In fact, Team Elite was the one being focused on by both the teams, as Non-Stop Gamers also have an angle on them, and so do Total Gaming. And then when the glue wall melters were deployed, everything just came crumbling for them. Now, at least in the highlights, we can see that Team Elite were able to get that compound for themselves very early on, right? They were able to third party in the fight between P and Rose and they RNX, and they were also able to secure way more eliminations than everyone else before the final fight began. So that should keep them afloat.
Team Elite gave their best to hold on to compound to reach until top 2. It was a good play from both the teams, Team Total Gaming as well as Team Elite. Sure, Team Total Gaming shined a little brighter and they took away the limelight after earning a booyah. Team P and Rose started off the elimination score right off the bat and then continued to do so until and unless they got choked in compound, where they were totally bulldozed, and then came the action from the side of Team Elite. This is exactly what I was talking about. Black Flag Army rushing with all blazing guns on their face, and they eliminated their existence. And it was about Team Elite right now. They were trying to get some eliminations on their name. Unfortunately, could not compete furthermore. But the glue wall melters coming in from the side of Team Non-Stop Gaming worked a lot in favor of Team Total Gaming. They got extra elimination, and again, if there's a booyah coming in from the side of Team Total Gaming, it has to be Mafia getting the MVP title. 5 eliminations, 1 assist, and to be exact, 2,359 points of damage.
Plenty of damage, and that all is courtesy of Total Gaming having such an amazing position. Plus, they were also able to confirm quite a lot of their finishes, unlike PVS Gaming, who, despite having one of the best positions in the game, were not able to steal any finishes away. All the people that they knocked were covered very quickly. So Mafia, excelling in that department, able to convert his knocks into eliminations very early on, is able to become the MVP of this game. Total Gaming, like I said, at the start of this day, they were at the 12th spot, so they were in just a tiny bit of danger. But now I'm pretty sure that they will be carried across the safety river and they won't drown in between. So Total Gaming must be rejoicing.
Yes, and it is the time to celebrate as well. I believe they might have already confirmed their spot. We'll get to know by the end of the day, but right now the team that has to be featured on the Booyah banner, it is none but Team Total Gaming. We talked about Mafia already, followed by Team Total Gaming's Delete, 3 eliminations and 5 knockdowns on his name. Insane with 1 elimination, 1 knockdown, and team player Mafia Bala himself, 0 elimination, 1 knockdown, but he has delivered a lot of damage already, and it is all about support at the end of the day. And we have talked about it, but there's one team that I want to talk about is Boss Army. By the end of yesterday, they had good position point, good everything, but today the target was few teams to not play better. But I do see some names who have done better. Talking about Team Elite, Team Total Gaming, 21 points for Total Gaming, 20 points for Team Elite, and obviously it is 25 points for Non-Stop Gaming because they were playing for elimination points rather going in playing for Booyah. They also survived on the tower, to not deny that, but they were aware they were less in numbers, and if at all there was any probability that circle would have shrunk in the favor of that tower, they might have also backed the Booyah.
It's a rare game where TSG and K98 Army are in the bottom three. So they won't be able to progress much with this particular game. And TSG, while they were in the lead yesterday, today they don't have enough points. So I guess some of the other teams can actually catch up to them. But Total Gaming and Team Elite have scored 73 points, which also should make things quite comfortable for them in the overall standings. Even Black Flag Army, they managed to stay afloat, tied up with PVS Gaming at 60 points each. But below that, you are in a bit of danger. They see RNX as a decent performance on day one. With 55 today, they should be safe, but not completely out of danger because Non-Stop Gaming are hot on their heels.
Well, I already have something to share. Right now, Kalahari used to be my one of the favorite maps because of the towers, verticalities, long range battles, and again, snipers involved. Now, next era is turning into a Kalahari kind of map as well. There's a lot of verticality involved, lot of towers to fight. I mean, there's very less of maps where you also get the equalized height and you can fight exactly the way you want to. Talking about Total Gaming's they contested the banner. Opposite to that, there was a tower where we spotted Team PVS for a while. Sure, they made the move immediately from there, but yes, if there is a fight on the height of equals, next era is the second map, and I would really want to see the map next era again if there's any probability. If that happens, Crips, I want to check out that it is a permanent thing or that just happened by luck.
Yeah, I guess the teams who will be tested on next era again should be able to prove themselves again as when. But the last map, we actually don't know that, Tanya. Will it actually be next era? The wheel of destiny spins. One map out of these will be chosen again. What is it gonna be? You are right, Tanya. It's next era indeed. We get to see this map again.
And I would really want to see if the fight mid-air happens again, because that is something we only see on the map of Kalahari. Now next era is bringing in that sort of action with a lot of colors, not just sandy dunes. To be honest, there are a lot of colors involved and the height also involved. So I want to see what happens next. Is it going to be the repetition of Booyah or no? Because Team Total Gaming was just incredible on surviving until the end.
Yeah, Team Total Gaming were incredible, but there's quite a lot that was going on in next era. As you said, Tanya, this was a very difficult fight. I would love it if you could break it down for us.
Yeah, let's go ahead and check it out exactly how everything ended up in the final circle when 3 teams were remaining. Non-Stop Gaming, Team Elite, and obviously it was Team Total Gaming. With Non-Stop Gaming and Team Total Gaming were sharing the same grounds, lower and upper ground. This was the angle where Non-Stop Gaming did not wanted to escalate any fight against Team Total Gaming. Then came the engagement from the side of Team Non-Stop Gaming towards Team Elite, going in with throwables of glue wall melters. That is exactly Team Total Gaming were waiting for. 2 players were still remaining, but Total Gaming just rushed in, and this was end of Team Elite. While jumping in for Team Elite, what they exactly did was shut down Non-Stop Gaming. So it was meal from 2 different directions, and Team Total Gaming ruling the Booyah board.
Yeah, Team Total Gaming, they rule the Booyah board. They get that double Booyah for the day, and this should really put them up in a very comfortable spot. Team Elite, Sure, the game could have been better for them, but at least they were able to farm up the finishes before that final fight began. They knew they were going to be doomed. Non-stop gaming, I love how they were able to steal the advantage away. Like, there was a point when PVS Gaming was on top of that bridge and they were shooting down Black Flag Army, they were shooting down PN Rose before PN Rose made that dive. So they had a lot of teams that they could have shot at. They had a lot of teams within their sight lines. Couldn't confirm the finishes on any of them. And then Non-stop gamers take that bigger tower, they take the better height, and they show you how it's done. Taught them a lesson.
Yes, and it was very good to see actually. After Kalahari, if there's any map mid-air that can give us some action, it is the only one. And now it is again hopping in. They are talking about next Terra again. Farmtopia this time was not at all involved. Base camp as well was totally denied. It was all about the center of the circle at the end of the day. That totally matters. Railroad, and I want to see if the dock being contested or no, because at the end of the day, about flight path takes the major decision about how the spread outs will be.
Yeah, the spread outs, I'm really excited to see them. But what I'm even more excited to see is which one of these teams will make it through, Tanya. One last game. We are hopping into the last game of the day, ladies and gentlemen. We fly over next Terra again. This time the plane path goes from south to north. Intellect Center will be the final landing spot where Total Gaming landed last game. Will anyone contest them? I'm really excited to see if anyone can actually make their games a little worse. But for now, the teams who are in really way too much danger continue to be Black Flag Army and also Shadow Shooters. These two teams, while Black Flag Army have been quite nice, they've been performing really well, they end up losing quite a lot of their players early on, and this time the man hyper again because they're fighting P and Rose. Total Gaming though, they're changing up their strats. Only Insane goes towards Intellect Center. Mafia and Delete, they land before him.
Black Flag Army lost a player against Badge 99. Badge 99 looks very aggressive here, but immediately Shanky will come in as a savior and trade it off. Vinotra, will he get revival or no? But on the other side of the map, look at it. PSG versus HTG. Black Flag Army will be spotted by Shivam, and Shivam gets 2 eliminations, but Black Flag Army will be going out of the lobby very early, and it is going to be Badge 99 who shuts them off.
Yeah, Badge 99 desperately needed those points. They were in the bottom 6 before this, and they should still need quite a lot of points to get themselves into the safe spots. But Black Flag Army, they've done all they can. They were potentially safe. They did not have extremely bad games today, but is that going to be enough? With such an early exit, they have no chance to change their fate. Oh, that was dangerous. I mean, goes back into cover as soon as he came out. Dips back before he could even get a chance to scout ahead. And this gives PN Rose the room to clean up. They go close. KD God gets the shot onto Amin, and they might be able to insert another fight as well. At the same time, they're trying to dive in from the different side of this compound. Rushes into his face, and Lewis finishes off Shivam.
P and Rose, they are not going to stop any early. The team who just eliminated Black Flag Army is down by P and Rose. Badge 99 and Black Flag Army, both of them eliminated with no position points. 3 elimination points for Badge 99, 1 for Black Flag Army. Black Flag Army has done decent enough on both the days, still stands a chance for qualifying. What about Badge 99? It was an early elimination, but right now Non-Stop Gaming against Team TSG. TSG has got nothing to lose. Non-Stop Gaming has a long way to go to survive, to gain the spot in top 12 teams.
Struggle. He will not struggle to get the shot onto Legend. Did not really expect him at first. He was caught a little off guard, but he turns around and shows us his reflexes. TSG now. While they've lost one of their players, I don't think they're completely out of it yet. But you have Desi RNX who are actively looking to re-engage. They found Ayush. He was trying to go for the res, and oh, Ayush, can he survive this one? Jumps back in and he will be downed. Did he at least manage to pop his teammate's res before he was taken down? Yes, he did actually. Legend will find Krish again, and Krish will be brought back. So this is quite good. TSG not out of this yet.
Non-Stop Gaming pushing against Desi RNX. Took down one player, revived in no time, 4 elimination points, struggled very low on HP. Anubhav already down on his knees. They need team support, and Old Monk got a self knock by falling from height. Now this is map of height again. It is Adeep who is trying to get a finisher on the course. He does get a takedown on his name. Adeep played well. KCRNX revival right on time for Adeep as well as Hassan 18. And now it is all about 4-man army. 10 teams in the lobby, 38 players, 4 minutes down. And next Terra is a little quick map as compared to other maps. And here the eliminations, immediate fights are taken. First down is also conquered. And height will involve, and Arman will be taken down.
Arman, the bomber of the team, down on his knees. He actually thought he would win the fight against Aztec, but Aztec is, oh my god, he's so sharp. Shaves half of Zaidu's HP away. Aztec also continues healing up, but KCRNX are a little split over here. Will that allow them to actually find more angles? Because shadow shooters can respond with the split of their own. Hassan and Adeep climbing up the hill, launch padded towards Zaidu, and Zaidu will actually find Hassan. That's a great knock. Aztec trying to run away as well. KCRNX needs to finish this fight quickly because non-stop gamers, while they were in a bunch of danger, KCRNX will have a third party to deal with. And they must leave non-stop gamers to their own bidding. Aztec will be popped in between. Struggle brings him back. KCRNX continue to try and gatekeep them, but they must be wary of all the teams next to them as well. Even shadow shooters are close by, so they can't afford to get distracted over here, Tanya.
Here we go. It is going to be shadow shooters with the Groza. They are trying to destroy monster trucks so that they do not escape immediately. The circle is taking the shift, and shadow shooters are the team who are the late-most rotators in the circle. They are ready to tank up a lot of damage. But talking about late rotators, we also have Desi RNX against Efficiency. Manu, the player who survived until last on the tower, and this time he is eliminated. I don't know if is going to revive. Yes, he is going to get revived from struggle. And this time, if we also talk about the rotation and circle crypts, it's a little tougher. There are so many teams out of the circle. To start off with non-stop gaming, shadow shooters, Desi RNX, HTG, K99 just on the edge, total gaming also out in the circle, total gaming as well as team elite, they are very close to each other, and we can expect some fight there.
Oh, he scuffs the launch pad. Arman takes it. Hassan going at it again. They go across the bridge. They don't land on top. They actually move below them. And shadow shooters will have a better angle. But that knock was insane. Shibu's been picked up. He shouldn't have been knocked down in the first place. So this will buy KCRNX a bit of time to get away. And look at shadow shooters. They were staying outside the circle for so long just to ruin KCRNX's game. But KCRNX still get away. And now shadow shooters will have to find a way inside the zone again. I hope that they don't get gate-kept by the KCRNX on their way in. They're still quite fast, so I don't think they can play spoil sports right now. But the circle has moved quite far away from them. This is a massive hard shift all the way down towards the southwest. So many teams will be left outside the zone. They better start moving now.
On the grounds of Turbine, it is Total Gaming versus Team Elite. Total Gaming has nothing to lose, and Team Elite loses the opportunity to qualify. This time, Team Total Gaming is trying to make sure to delete the existence of Team Elite so that they should not be able to qualify. And this is all fair in competition. And there's also Zone, who is giving a lot of damage, and delete down. Mafia eliminated already. Mafia will be revived. Zap is also eliminated. And what happens? 8 eliminations right now. It's not of importance to just pick up fight against Team Total Gaming. What is of importance for Team Elite is just go out of sight, survive no matter what if you want to qualify. And Team Elite is realizing that what is of exact importance due to which from the Turbine in the center. But are they aware there's a team called P&O's in the mix? And here we go. No matter if they deny or no, Team Total Gaming is trying to outplay each and every other opponent on their side.
Total Gaming, they're going the long way around, so this might just work for them. Delete still holds some place inside the zone. He's cleared out grab labs for his team, so Total Gaming can continue rotating inside, but they must be completely aware about Team Elite chasing them. Mafia Bala jumps into the water, and Pahadi will be easily able to hunt that little fishy.
Well, the table turned pretty quickly. It was other way around. The person to drive the vehicle was supposedly to have a disadvantage there, but somehow Team Elite 9 eliminations, surviving as a squad. Circle has taken its shift. So many teams outside the circle, but it is PVS who is struggling hard. Koito left in the open. He will survive. Blue Wall Melters are being thrown by Team TSG. 4 eliminations, all 4 coming in from the side of Krish, and now they are trying to cross. And this is risky coming in from Legend, but they are the risk takers. We already know they believe in the more the risk, the more the rewards, and this is exactly why they're pushing in. Krish successfully knocks down Yogi, and Nancy, realizing the threat, using the launch pad, moving out, not picking fight.
Yeah, Nancy got taken down mid-air there. That was so unfortunate. He always faces such a situation. Nancy does make it, but he lost so many of his teammates. Windsmoke on top. Bringing forth that Sanji spirit, bringing forth the One Piece spirit to the lobby. Taking plenty of shots at TSG. But TSG should be fine given the compound that they're in. They don't even need to move across the houses. Plenty of fire returned. Plenty of damage taken. Hopefully that will force their high ground foes to respect them. And TSG, they've acquired a decent compound in this lobby. Take a look at that. They've got the northern compound for themselves. Daisy RNX now hold the high ground over here on top of the globe, but Total Gaming will be eliminated. That's an unfortunate exit for them. Daisy RNX have angles onto Car 98. They're on top of the Horizon building. They keep their players alive. Nice. You can utilize. They don't give away the points.
Brave Labs again. It's going to be Car 98, height advantage. I do love the exact map that has been created. It's so urban, it's so sci-fi, and it's beautiful altogether. Whoever the architect is, he is very beautiful to design the map of next Terra. Again, PVS, 2 players. They're holding on with no eliminations on their name, but Non-Stop Gaming eliminates Team Two Side Gamers. And this was, I don't think, except for Krish, anybody had elimination points. But it's all safe for Team Two Side Gamers, nothing to lose. But Shadow Shooters finally moving out of their own shadow and trying to pick up fight against P and Rose. Lewis being low on HP, Zedu as well. Zedu will be taking down AJOP and Bache fighting against P and Rose. And I believe Bache, the last man standing, how long will he stand? It is a 1v2 situation and the fight of shotguns where Bache will find enough time to revive his teammate.
Oh no, but he pays for it with his own life. He brings AJOP back, but he loses his own life and AJOP returns the favor. Both these brothers keeping themselves safe, surrounding themselves in a bunch of blue walls, using that snow armor, using double blue walls to get out of that room. Meanwhile, on the high ground building, on the Horizon building, you've got Car 98. They've been here for a while, and they've got so many angles. P and Rose finally exterminated, and Shadow Shooters will be able to keep themselves safe. Meanwhile, Car 98 will be forced to relinquish the high ground, forced to get on towards the bridge of the first floor. All the glue wall melters have been deployed, and Vince can't sit back in cover. Triple firing squad as Farhan, Battle, and Pratik return fire onto HTG, pushed them away from the bridge. This will give them some space to advance further, and they're using their own blue wall melters as well, hoping to pick up this fight against HTG, who are using the cover of the staircase as well. Mafia dashes across, hoping to get the angle, but he can't find anything. His enemies are actually leaving. They're going all the way around, and PBS have dipped back to the high ground, while HTG continue to hold the first floor. Badal takes to the skies. The moment he goes down, Aviv comes up, and now Swastik was caught alone. Oh, the timing is just so perfect. This RNX have fallen victim to their own decisions.
There's a lot of fall damage happening, self-knocks happening. Sure, the height has its own advantage, but this sort of height and elevation also has a lot of disadvantage. We did spot 2 players getting knocked off with height. Team Elite again coming to the action against PVS. Rethi was knocked down. Will he be revived? Non-Stop Gaming, after eliminating 2 spots, they are in the center of the circle, with this bus being the only cover for them. Team Elite has yet to make an entry within the circle using the water routes. It's a risky route, but the only route that is left up and open, there's no other way they can make an entry, and Mokriya will making sure to take down Pahari. Pahari should be revived in no time, but again and again it is going to burn out the resources, and K98 still holding the tallest of building within the area.
Yeah, but Team Elite have invited the wrath of so many teams. K98 shooting at them. HTG have eyes on them. The only team who is not taking pot shots at them is Non-Stop Gaming. And that's also because they are quite safe, so they don't want to give it up yet. While Non-Stop Gamers are enjoying this little brief moment where nobody's paying attention to them, Team Elite, despite having two teams shoot at them, are surprisingly keeping themselves alive behind that monster truck. The monster truck will blow up, basically turning this into some permanent cover. This actually works out for them.
Team Elite, is it enough to get qualified? 5 teams, 15 players, a breather for everyone, 10-second breather and counting on the reverse. And the circle will take a shift and we exactly know about how the pushes are going to be. Team Elite has no way that they can enter, and if they are able to do so, it's only by going Mr. India mode on. And if that happens, let's see. But as of now, there is actually no way. Even if they go right, they will be spotted. And before going, it is the last strategy to get elimination points. Let's see if that is going to be a successful event or no. My eyes are on two teams: Non-Stop Gaming and PVS, not involving in any bit of fight. They are just holding with a good amount of pause to survive until top 3 to get those big placement points as compared to other points distributed from 4 to 7. And Pahari manages to take down Swastik, who had his best of position on the tower, and that is exactly what Pahari is built of.
Yeah, Pahari is known for those long-range knocks. You expose a pixel of your body to him, and he's going to rip a hole through that. So now, with whatever they have, Kar98 continue to hold on to the high ground, using as many glue walls, or rather as little glue walls as they can to keep some resources in check. Swastik tries to keep an eye on Non-Stop Gaming, while Badal keeps an eye on Team Elite. But one team that isn't in any sort of danger yet is going to be HTZ. HTG will only have to worry about PVS when they decide to finally get out of this tiny corner. They will have to tank a tiny bit of zone damage, but I think they should be able to make it across. But once they are forced out of that corner, what's going to happen? Because HTG will be able to get a solo fight against them. Non-Stop Gamers, they're in the same spot the Team Elite was stuck in last time, you know. Team Elite was being focused on the teams who have hard compound and the height advantage. So yeah, this is going to be deja vu for them. HTG and Kar98 will both be focusing on Team Elite. The only way Team Elite survive this, the only way they get inside the zone is if they shoot Kar98 down before they have a chance to make their lives hell.
Except this time, HTG doesn't have that sort of height advantage. They are waiting for other players to just push in, and Circle is also on the shrink. This is the final circle, and Team Elite is starting to push in, and exactly K98 coming into the action, trying to deliver all the damage and trying to get elimination. And they are not the target of only one team. Look at the lead that has been showered on them, and Team Elite will be put to sleep, and of course being eliminated on position 5. There was no way they could have made a move.
Absolutely no way, man. They were stuck in the mid grinder. 3 teams focusing fire on them. That's a death sentence. Execution by firing squad announced upon Team Elite, and now the next targets are Non-Stop Gamers. They face the same fate as Team Elite. Both the teams who are inside the compound, both the teams who have hard cover, HDG and Kar98, they're going to shoot down everybody who tries to move inside. And they're not letting them enter this circle. PVS now finally forced to come out of their hiding holes, and now all of a sudden Non-Stop Gaming are wondering where the hell did they come from. And HDG are having a field day. They're going to take shots at everybody. They don't care who their opponents are. They don't care what their name tag is. Whoever moves will be shot. And right now, Badal, trying to keep himself alive behind the glue wall, will be taken down. HDG haven't lost a single player, and they still have plenty of cover to work with. They're going to try to take an outside of the zone fight with NTG, but that's not going to happen. So Non-Stop Gaming continue to hold on to their ground. Wall vendors deployed, and PVS Gaming are trying to keep themselves out of the loop. Abhinav will be found. Manu by himself. Can he survive for much longer? No, he can't. Get down to the last 2 teams. It's a 4v2 battle, and HDG are wiping the floor with their enemies. They are getting so many eliminations. It's just one player, and Abrethi will be taken down as well. PVS get to the third spot, and now somehow it's just Swastik just randomly taking a little bit of zone damage. He's not gonna fight them at all. He's gonna try to go for a heal battle.
And this is something that we all enjoy to watch, about how many health kits is he able to use it, how many times is he going to go ahead and play it and survive to get, and it's all done and dusted. We are coming to the end of the final map of knockout phase, and it is going to be Hello Telugu Gamers Team ATG taking away the last booyah for knockout phase. They played it great, they survived great. I feel a little sad for Team Elite, but then they chose that sort of an open area, expecting the circle to end up for them. But hello, Telugu gamers. Thank you for helping us to witness some heel battles on the way. It's been quite a while.
Yeah, it was quite a while that we've seen a heel battle. And once HTG realized that, yeah, they're not going to face any of their opponents, you see how they just drop their kits to everyone else. Just Lawyer stays inside the zone. And the other players, they try to go outside and find the last guy, but they're not able to do so. And yeah, in the end, Lawyer, just with all possible health kits, med kits, he was being even healed by his teammate who used a heal gun to keep him alive for as long as possible. So yeah, ACG, when they realized that the last thing is going to come down to a heal battle, they sent 2 of their players to find the last player. But I like that strategy from Car98 Gaming. Swastik stays on top while one of their players jumps down and tries to grab as many finishes as possible. They tried to take both the position points and the elimination points.
And it was a good strategy, and next Terra is turning into my personal favorite maps to cast alongside Kalahari, and I believe all the players as well are enjoying the way they are trying to reposition again, going towards the upper grounds, falling, and it's also Monster Truck. They're just calling in for the cover, the only cover that they can get, but we'll again enjoy the moments of next Terra for the final map of the day of knockout phase for Skyesports Pro League FFM.
Yeah, this is gonna be quite an interesting game to look at once you step into the highlights. I do believe that P and Rose had a lot of potential, man. They got plenty of finishes, but every single time when the second last circle pops around, they are somehow in between 3 teams, and they are not able to make it past that. So that's why they haven't really been able to get a top 5 placement. But Non-Stop Gaming, I would love to take a look at them. They were outside the zone for quite some time. They took pot shots at P and Rose. And even towards the end, they were facing the same fate as Team Elite. You know, they had to cross over towards the center building, towards the horizon building, and yeah, they faced the same fate as Team Elite. But P and Rose, before they were eventually taken down, a massive brawl between them and Shadow Shooters took place, and that was quite an interesting battle to witness.
Sure, it was Team HTG. They lost a few players, again revived Monster Truck, the only cover for them, and Non-Stop Gaming tried to deliver as much of damage as possible, and also they earned a team wipeout with disadvantage of lower grounds. Coming towards Team Elite, well, there were 3 teams attacking them. There was no way they could have made a single inch ahead, but Mr. Jay made sure to go a little ahead, but then Throwables are also involved here, there, everywhere. Team HTG on the lower grounds were able to decimate the last team which was remaining, and then came the final circle, obviously heel battle after way too long. First on the map of Bermuda bridge and under near to the water routes. Second time it was in the officials in the grounds of Refinery, and now here on the map of Next Terra, Mokria being the MVP, 2 eliminations, 3 assists, 2-1-2-0 damage points.
Yeah, for so much damage, he doesn't have as many eliminations as one would have expected them to have. But that's what happens when you try to play it safe. That's what happens when you try to play for position points more. STG, they were really safe, and the only teams who they could shoot at for Team Elite and Non-Stop Gaming towards the end, and that too because those 2 teams were forced to leave their cover before anyone else. But because they share the same compound with Car98 Army, even Car98 gets away with a lot of those finish points. So that's why these guys, even though they win the Booyah, they don't have that many numbers to boast about. 3 eliminations from Pratik, then 2 from Mokria, 2 for Darshan as well, 1 from Lawyer. In total, they have 8 eliminations. Decent enough game. And with the Booyah combined, they get 20 points out of this one.
And I believe this is good enough. They needed a little bit of points to retain their position within top 12, and I believe they might have done it. Coming towards the elimination points, it was all about Non-Stop Gaming. 14 elimination and 7 placement points, and they stand on number 1 on the total standing of this particular map, followed by HTG Esports, 20 points adding up to which they also earned a booyah. Next, Team Elite goes with 17 points, and then PBS. Has Team Elite done enough to rise up in top 12?
That is going to be a very, very interesting questions. We'll find the answer to that very soon. PBS Gaming, though, I think they also have done just enough to get out of danger, because both Team Elite and PBS Gaming, they are very big names who did not really have great performances on their first day. So, yeah, this is their only chance at redemption, their only shot to get back. But I do believe that Badge 99 will not make it across with only 21 points. They don't stand a chance. Shadow Shooter might have had a decent enough start, but I think today they fell short by quite a lot. PN Rose, 48 points. Will it be enough? It's not that bad, but when you compare it to Team Elite and Total Gaming, they are on a completely whole new level. In fact, Car98 Gaming are tied up with Total Gaming at 79 points each, and that is despite the booyah difference. And Team Elite,
Yes.
even without a single booyah, 90 points for them.
That is exactly I was trying to convey. The Team Elite no booyah. Look at the elimination points, 52 massive elimination points and total of 90. I believe that is fairly enough to qualify. Coming from number 1, TSG, Team Vasio, Assassin Army, Black Flag Army, Total Gaming, Team Elite, HTG, Esports, Car 98 Army and Desi RNX have already qualified. But the team, those are not qualified. Desi Army, Badge 99, Shadow Shooters, well, they gave their best on day 1, couldn't continue. Boss Army on number 15.
Oh, they even got more than 100 points and still they can't qualify. Chauncey Gaming is a very big name. They had such a good day 1, still not able to make it across. Non-Stop Gaming got into a lot of fights today and they still didn't make it through. PVS goes through. Just a single point difference between them and Non-Stop Gaming. And PN Rose have also done enough. Team Elite, they also do enough, and BinZ Gaming is the only team that has crossed the 130 point mark ahead of everybody else. But then take a look at 7, 8 and 9th position. All these 3 teams tied up with 131 points. That is such a heartbreaker for teams like Non-Stop Gaming and Jaunty Gaming. They had such aggressive fights and they still can't make it through.
Well, my eyes are all on Total Gaming and Team Elite, 2 teams who are actually not good by the start of the day, and right now they are in top 6. Total Gaming by earning 2 booyahs on their name, Team Elite with no booyahs on their name, and total of 132 points each. And the experience definitely speaks for itself, and 2 experienced team finally spotted in top 6, but 3 unshaken team. Team TSG by the start as well, they were on number 1, followed by Team Vasio, they were on number 2, and Team Assassin Army, they were on number 3. Talking about Vasio Esports Anshu, he is going to be number 1 on MVP leaders.
Yeah, he's got 3 MVP titles to his name. 28 eliminations from Anshu, and followed closely by him is Prince. 26 eliminations to his name. He's tied up with Mafia, almost tied up because both of them have 2 elimination titles, separated by just 1 elimination, right? They both have 2 MVP titles. Same with Mokria, but he's still 5 frags behind.
Elimination leaders. TSG Sadak still remains number 1, and he never had a shift there. He got number 1 with total of 39 elimination points and he stood strong there, followed by Krish with number 2, 37 eliminations. Third comes from the same team, TSG again, 34 eliminations on the name of TSG. And look at the damage points coming in from TSG Legend side, 21,000 and above. And then comes Non-Stop Gaming's Manu, 16,000 points of damage, 29 eliminations, and followed by Vasio Esports Anshu with 28 eliminations. Finally, we got a new name on the board, which is going to be Manu from Non-Stop Gaming. But it is Siddharth, the only unshaken person.
Siddharth, unshaken. The top 3 spots, nobody can take them away from TSG. Out of the 5 players, they still continue to be the top 3 eliminators of this lobby. One of them is definitely going to walk away with the Predator Award. Maybe another one could walk away with the MVP title as well. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes the knockout stage of Free Fire Max by Skyesports Pro League. This has been such a difficult day to watch for some of the fans of these teams, especially the fans of Jaunty Gaming. They will be kind of heartbroken because Johnny Gaming, at one point, we did not feel that they would be in much danger, because they were getting quite a lot of good fights converted in their favor, and yet they're unable to make it across. Same goes for Non-Stop Gaming.
There are 6 teams who didn't qualify: Desi Army, Badge 99, Shadow Shooter, Boss Army, Jaunty Gaming, and Non-Stop Gaming. Fans for these teams might be sad for a reason, obviously, but it is just the start of the tournament. Many more tournaments on the line, but talking about the Team Elite and Team Total Gaming, they literally turned the tables into their favor, which is expected from the bottom of the heart, but I was not expecting it at such a good margin and ratio.
Yeah, that was quite a lot of difference between them and everybody else in the lobby. Some of these teams, they made a massive gap, but let's now take a look at the players. Let's talk to the players who were actually able to bridge this gap.
भी हमने आपका गेम देखा, कंसिस्टेंसी उतनी ही ज्यादा थी एंड कांग्रेचुलेशंस, टेबल टॉपर आप रहे हो. सो सबसे पहले लेजेंड का हम लोग स्वागत करेंगे और लेजेंड से एक क्वेश्चन रहेगा. देखिए, आपकी स्ट्रैटेजी में ज्यादा एक्सपोज नहीं करवाऊंगा, बट किस माइंडसेट से आप अभी आके खेलने वाले?
माइंडसेट सेम ही रहेगा. हमको फाइट्स लेनी है, फाइट्स से पीछे नहीं हटना है, और जितना ज्यादा फाइट लेंगे उतना ही हमारा चांसेस बढ़ेगा जीतने के लिए. तो वही है.
वेल लेजेंड बापू, अभी तक लीग स्टेज पूरी तरीके से आपने डोमिनेट किया है, ना सिर्फ पॉइंट्स टेबल पे टेबल टॉप, एमवीपीज में भी आप और आपके प्लेयर्स ही छाए हुए हैं, और बाकी टीमें भी कहीं ना कहीं आपको टारगेट कर सकती है. नेवर माइंड, बट कहीं ना कहीं ये क्वेश्चन हमेशा बना रहता है कि टीएसजी क्या फाइनल में भी यही परफॉर्मेंस ओवरकम कर पाएगी? विद ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट,
फाइनल में भी वही अभी ऐसे ही उतरेंगे, क्योंकि वैसे हमारा लीग स्टेजेस उतना अच्छा नहीं जाते, बट इस बार अच्छा गया, तो सारे बंदे कॉन्फिडेंस में हैं, अच्छा कॉन्फिडेंट है सारी पूरी स्क्वाड. तो सेम करेंगे, पॉइंट रश में भी वही दिखाएंगे और फाइनल्स में भी.
कोई एक ऐसी टीम, ये सवाल बहुत पूछा जाता है, कोई एक ऐसी टीम जो लगता है कि आपके प्रथम कॉम्पिटिटर है?
टीम तो भाई सभी है मेरे हिसाब से, बट थोड़ा वासियो स्पोर्ट्स और टीम इलीट, ये दोनों अच्छा टक्कर देगी फाइनल्स में.
अपने प्रतिद्वंदी भी बहुत अच्छे से चुने हैं यहाँ पे लेजेंड भाई, और मैं यही कहना चाहूंगा, बेस्ट ऑफ लक. अभी एंजॉय कीजिएगा. हैप्पी होली आपको और आपकी पूरी टीम को भी लेजेंड भाई जी. और उम्मीद करते हैं होली के बाद जो है जीत के रंग भी टीएसजी के जरूर बिखरे. वैसे मैंने भी यार टीएसजी का ही रंग लगाया है बट जरूर होप करेंगे. विश यू बेस्ट ऑफ लक लेजेंड भाई. उम्मीद करते हैं कि आपका परफॉर्मेंस कुछ ऐसा ही रहे फिनाले में, और आपकी टीम के साथ आप जीत का परचम ले रहे हैं. कुडोस.
ओके,
तो गाइस, ये थे टीएसजी.
Yeah, that was quite interesting, wasn't it? TSG, I like the fact that he revealed information that league stages generally don't go well for him. But if TSG is this dominant in just the league stage, I can't even imagine how dominant they will be in the finals. They are firing on all cylinders.
Well, they were shaky today as compared to day one. I mean, they were due to day one. Today we are able to spot them in top 3 in elimination leaders and MVP titles. Today there was no booyah on their name. Sure, they were getting some eliminations. They had some good maps where they were able to survive for until top 3, top 5. Sometimes also got early elimination, but it was all about day one. Now they have to make sure league stages. Usually he spoke it for himself, and it is a fact where they haven't done good for the initial stages, but I hope the momentum that they have created in the league stages, they are able to put down towards knockout stage as well, because over there is nothing to lose. It's all about win-win.
Yeah, they were looking to create a win-win situation for themselves, and every team will look to get an advantage. Up next, we're going to be going to the next phase of the tournament, which will result in an advantage for all the teams if they perform well than that day, and they will do better in grand finals. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you tune in at the same time and the same place day after tomorrow. For now, goodbye and have a very happy Holi.
Then I guess I know that I'm feeling the fire. I can see nothing in our way when we're catching on fire. When we're both here taking the day, are you ready for fire? Cause it seems we're on the same flame, and I feel this heat in the space. Then oh, I guess I know that I'm feeling the Guess I know that I'm feeling the fire. I can see nothing in our way when I'm catching on fire. When we're both here taking the day, are you ready for fire? Cause it seems we're on the same flame, and I feel this heat in the space. Then oh, I guess I know that I'm feeling the the clouds break apart. Are we going back to the start? Going back to the start, yeah. But I'm feeling the fire all up in my heart. Don't you think that we're ready for another part? Cause I know that we're really too far from the